Oh shit, we got the fucking Drider thing, haven't we?
We're live. Hey, and you're live. Good evening and welcome to episode 17 of Rebirth of the Graven King, formerly journeys adjacent to the Radiant Citadel, right here on the Emerald Collective. Rebirth of the Graven King is a mini campaign of my own design that features the Radiant Citadel from the campaign of the same name. Basically, I started running that and actually read through it and said, nah, I think I've got a better idea. So my name is Dave Gibson and I am the Dungeon Master. First up, we have a few announcements before we start rolling the dice. What's first? Episode 8 of our first podcast, No Silver Linings, a Call of Cthulhu story set in 1920s Ireland by Mark Corrigan of Shunnock Games, is available now for our Patreon subscribers at the Jeweler tier, and episode 7 is available on all of the regular platforms now, with episode 8 hitting those same platforms for free on Wednesday 21st of August. Tipperary, I'll do it in Ulick's voice. Tipperary, Ireland, 1919. 4 investigators are brought to the village of Silver Mines to unravel the truth behind a bizarre murder. That's been great fun to play in. It's been great fun it's been a labour of love to mix and sound design for. It's taken me so long, but it's been a learning experience as well.
But be careful to look out for the chickens, you know, because they jump down the chimneys whenever they get the chance.
Spoilers.
Indeed they do, Monty. And speaking of our Patreon is now live, and you can head over there by clicking the link in the chat. Depending on the tier you choose, you'll receive original monsters, magic items, and maps to use in your games each month. There'll also be the opportunity to get early access to our podcasts, discounts on selected items at Drive-Thru RPG, shoutouts on stream, and bonus content, as well as discounts on commissions from Map and Zorpsart, who is responsible for all of the awesome Patreon art you see, and those lovely curly, swirly, gilt window frames. Yeah, on the Twitch. So, yes, she's awesome. And plays in the band with our wonderful Craig, who we went to see in Manchester. That's where it was. Anyway, where was I? Yes. If you don't have a coin to spare to pledge, fear not. You can still give our Patreon a follow and get a free original monster and magic item for your trouble. Plus, even more free content on occasion. So make sure you stick around. We can't wait to share all the gems of the Emerald collection with you. And as promised, we like to give shout-outs on stream to our Patreon subs at the Jeweler tier. And tonight's shout-out goes to the wonderful Dean Tierney, who played Benson Cartwright in the podcast as well. So, and do stay tuned, because we've more podcasts coming down the tracks. We've got season 2 of Call of Cthulhu podcast, different characters, but even more creepy. And we have another 5e one that I'm doing called The Stardust Twilight. That's coming down the tracks, and pretty soon I think we're going to be releasing podcasts every week, so instead of 2 weeks. So that will be fun. Anyway, let's take a look at the next 7 days here on the Emerald Collective. On Sunday, there's nothing on Friday as far as I know. On Sunday, we've got Faearth. Faearth is an indie TTRPG set in 19th century Earth, where all of the creatures from folklore and fairy tale are real, have always been real, and live alongside humanity. Join us for a playthrough of this fun and exciting starter adventure designed to introduce you to not only the mechanics of the system, but also the lore and the magic of this setting. This Sunday is the delayed finale, and the party are in the ruins of Bolton Castle seeking an unknown entity that has been attacking passers-by. The dice gods have not been kind to the party recently, so have they finally bitten off more than they can chew? We will find out.
We'll be fine.
You'd be grand. How has that gone? Is it
That's been great fun, actually, to do that one. So Neil, who's the creator, has been running it as the narrator. He spent years researching Fae from around the world. He does his own stream as well. It's competition with us, but he knows more than anyone else, I think, now on the subject of Fae worldwide. So it's been a great D20 system, but it's really easy to pick up.
Oh, sweet. That's half the battle, you know. So that's really cool. Okay, cool. That's Sunday. On Tuesday, our Shadow Dark game against the Crimson Queen continues with returning guest Wayne Talbot of Rogue Comics and the Irish Pubcast. After enduring the travails of the Underhollow, the party met a curious halfling ranger in the mountain forests. With this new ally's help, they overcome a cohort of brutish porcine beastmen and their pet troll. Now, at last, the gates of the Drakengrave await. Justice for the gentle mole flappers is all I'll say. Heirs to the Hand with GM Craig, who's up there, returns on Thursday. Look at that. There's the hand right there. Awesome. Rejoin the party. Oh, this is the correct blurb now. Rejoin the party deep within the hidden volcano lair of the Order of Purifying Flame, undercover and seemingly undiscovered. How the fuck did those Chaos Gremlins not make themselves known?
It was a surprise to everyone, myself most of all.
Absolutely. They stand before... Okay, I almost said Adherent Soiling, but it's Adherent Selena?
Adder and
that-
Selena, yes.
So they stand. That was close. They stand before the Adder and Selena, the Order's spiritual leader, and under the guise of new initiates, amazing, discuss her new experiments on a dozen autonomes found in stasis within the vaults belonging to a mysterious being known as Synthrosis. That's class. After a relatively easy if sweaty passage through the Order's base of operations, the heirs find themselves steps away from the Flamebearer and a possible end to the cult's violent return. Will they press on and try to finish this fight themselves, or will they let cooler heads prevail and return home for reinforcements? What do you think is going to happen, Craig?
I trust the party to do what feels right in the moment. I could see it going either way, but I like the fact that I don't know.
That is amazing. Yeah, I mean, look, you do have a party of kind of... You see, they're experienced players, but they can also be chaos gremlins as well, which is quite fun to watch.
Yeah, it's a lot of fun to run.
Yeah. Okay, cool. That's it for the next few days of...
if I can interrupt at this
yes.
point, I'd like to say a very quick word while I have everyone's attention.
Of course.
He won't admit to it, but our GM has made another year round the Earth. He can add another year to his levels. So we are going to embarrass him immensely by ruining our singing voices. So
Happy birthday to you.
Happy birthday
to you.
You can tell you didn't rehearse this.
Happy birthday, DM Day.
Don't send any more monsters after us.
Happy birthday to you.
Thank you very much. You're all too good. I was hoping that would slip under the radar then, but obviously it hasn't.
You want to make a wish before you blow it out, Dave?
Can you wish for a TPK, or do you just inflict it?
I just imagine
Right.
rocks are going to fall immediately as soon as we start.
Yay!
Thank you very much. Also, actually, what I should have mentioned, we're back on Monday as well. Do you want to give us a quick, because I completely forgot to promo that, so you can tell us what's happening.
So Monday we are running a Discord only game for those of you who are part of the server. So we'll not be on Twitch, but we will be doing a level 14 one shot with the Candlekeep Mysteries crew as they investigate the tower of a long forgotten dwarvish hero, which seems to have an awful lot of demons involved in it. So if you're around on Monday, come and join us at 7:30. You can just see what goes on and see what happens as like higher level play. It's even more chaotic. You will not believe the undead pet they managed to snare in the last game.
Yeah, we have a pet. It is awesome.
I'm
okay,
killing
cool.
that pet. That's my first time.
yeah, big time. Excuse me. Okay, cool. So huge shout out to the amazing Kate, who's behind me, for taking on the role of Technomancer duties for this stream. There she is. And a few others. So thanks to Kate, we are able to return to almost full capacity with our streams. We really appreciate you for helping out, and we are very happy to be back on the air telling our stories, because it's been a while. Big thanks and much love to our wonderful Twitch mods, who some of them are playing tonight, and some of them are standing by in the wings wielding the banhammer. We love you all, and I'd like to thank yet again Kate from It's a Map for creating most of the maps you'll see in the stream. You can find Kate on Instagram, Twitter, and Facebook on @It'sAMapIRE. Please give her a follow. And if you're looking for a battle map, I believe she's open for commissions. All of the music you hear is from Roll20. It's from Tabletop Audio up there in Roll20. And when he's not fighting the forces of evil with us, you'll find our very own Ryan over on twitch.tv/DRangeRhino. And here comes Keith, as if by magic.
Hello.
Hey.
Can you hear me?
Summoned you.
We can. So all you need to do is mute your mic in video, and then you can. Kate's gonna get you up there now. And
Muted.
Is this thing on? Yeah, you've got your mic on in Zoom and your camera off in Zoom, and you're good to go. Is he on?
Okay.
Is this thing on? There he is.
Hello.
Lovely. Look at that. There he is. So when he's not fighting the forces of evil with us, you'll find our very own Ryan over on twitch.tv/DRangeRhino. For all kinds of mischiefs, he plays various games, from first-person shooters to platformers. Everyone is welcome, and if you haven't already, please give this wonderful human a follow. And if you can afford it, a sub over on Twitch, you'll find Ryan hanging with the lads from Flying Orc as well. Ryan, why don't you tell us what's going on over there lately?
And
with your stream.
Yeah, of course. So yesterday we were playing. There has been a bit of a discordance between the party. However, a couple of things have happened that have kind of brought us back together a little bit now. So we're now trying to work towards a better future. Meanwhile, our resident Slate and Weslin, the druid, they're up on top of a mountain where mountainous creatures that you might expect are roaming the skies. So definitely go and catch the VOD if you can.
Yeah, I saw a bit of it. It was really good.
It's gonna get interesting. It's gonna get very interesting.
Yeah. And how's your stream going?
My stream's going brilliantly. At the moment, this weekend, we've got Twitch drops live for Rust. So if you happen to be into Rust and watch that and want to get your skins and stuff, make sure you go and watch a participating streamer that's got them live. Every Rust streamer has it for the basic ones, but there's a few specific ones as well. But yeah, everyone's welcome over at my place.
Excellent. Thank you very much.
My channel was more like Cheers. Everyone knows your name, so come on along.
Okay, nice one. And with that out of the way, in perfect time, we'll meet our heroes. So first up, I think we'll start with Keith. Welcome to the door.
Hello.
In Indiana Jones style, you just slid right under the door, grabbed the hat, and now you're on.
Just under the door. Beautiful. Hello, my name is Keith. I am playing with Nira, the Tabaxi monk, who I think I've half leveled up to level 7.
Sweet.
He's confused, wandered around, gone in through doors, out through doors, and has fallen in with this extremely strange but lovable bunch of people. I don't know, but I'm definitely not going to say humans because that ain't the thing. Is that Kate in the background?
Shh. Yeah, she's a technomancer.
She's not there.
On Dave's setup. Oh, fantastic. I love it. And that's me.
Okay, hey. Thanks very much, Keith. Ryan, you're up next.
Hi guys, I'm Ryan, aka Deranged Rhino, as you mostly know by now. And tonight I am playing Phoenix Valley. He is a fairy wizard. A little bit misminded, a little bit crazy, but overall gets the job done. He loves his little hammock, but more importantly, he loves his little moo.
Yeah, well.
I said it that way because I knew it'd wind you up.
That remains to be seen, the way you treat that little guy. Okay, Ryan, thanks for many. Tom, you're next.
Hello. For this one, I am playing the role of Torvig. Torvig is probably the tallest in the group, stands well over 7 feet tall. With his bovine features, cloven hooves, you can probably guess what sort of creature he is. Definitely not human. Right at the moment, he's looking forward to meeting this new friend that's just appeared in front of us.
Indeed. Thank you, Tom. We'll go with Paddy next.
Good evening, everyone. How's things? I'm playing Captain Phelim Fontaine, mercenary extraordinaire, who currently finds himself sitting behind a broken pillar trying to catch his breath because we've unleashed something that we probably shouldn't have unleashed on ourselves.
Yeah, you're kind of in the shit right now. Let's go with Craig next.
Hey everyone, my name is Craig Darling. You can find me on my socials at Craig7Darling, and tonight I am playing Indira Othmar, a Shadarkai Hexblade Warlock, in service for most of her life to the Raven Queen before landing amongst this group that she's starting to kind of maybe warm up a little bit to, and I think, like, in the last couple sessions, she's been kind of a little rocked with the Raven Queen. There's been some behaviors and some messages that are making her feel as though the Raven Queen doesn't think she's up to the task ahead of the party, and then that is kind of throwing some beliefs into question.
Interesting that's how Indira sort of interprets that. That's quite interesting. Last but not least, we have Kira.
Hello, I'm Kira, Freya Ravenpine on socials. I am playing Hethar. She is my fierce...
Freya Ravenpine with the fan art.
Yes.
Influencer.
Hethar has her lovely fan art, beautifully gifted. Go check it out. It is amazing.
That's so cool.
Hethar is my fierce Aluskan warrior. She's a whirlwind of rage and steel on the battlefield. Dice depending, because they hate me. But she is a force of nature, silent resolve, but thunderous in battle. Hopefully, she tries.
Yeah, Whirlwind of Rage and Steel is my favorite Manowar song. Okay, cool. So thanks very much. Where's my fucking notes gone? There we go. Thanks very much, Kira. So look, let's go ahead and do a quick recap before we kick back in.
Ooh,
So having fled the world of Hethar in a strange craft hidden in a cave in the mountains, an undead army hot on their heels, our heroes arrived on the Radiant Citadel in the deep ethereal, a refuge for the displaced and lost. While they were immediately welcomed by the community, one of the ruling council, the wizard Nod, they ascertained that the son of the Graven King, the powerful undead entity at the head of the massive army of the dead, had attached some sort of scrying focus to their escape craft, thus granting them the ability to locate the citadel in the ethereal and ultimately achieve his final goal, which is not a good thing. Agreeing to make the trip to the island of Garthas, the supposed birthplace of the son of the Graven King, the party had been tasked with retrieving any and all information relating to the source of his power, and return to the council so they can form a plan to defend the citadel. I wonder how all those long rests that you're taking are going to affect the timetable of that. I mean, I think I need to look into that. Arriving on the island of Garthas, the party attracted the attention of Shazzathar, one of several malevolent entities left in place by the son of the Graven King to protect any traces of his past. While battling his undead minions on a bridge in an attempt to seek out his lair, the volcano at the centre of the island erupted, covering the surrounding lands with a thick layer of black and grey cloud and completely obscuring the sun. What better environment could sunlight-sensitive undead ask for? Having finally found their way to the lair of Shazzathar, the party have entered his welcome hall and begun the search for the way down in order to defeat this malevolent creature and learn something of the origins of the son of the Graven King. So, how easy is it to defeat a droider when you've barely any hit points left? Will Phelim win back the respect of his cursed sword? And how many heads can Kethra fit in a bag of holding? There's only one way to find out. Play some motherfucking D&D.
Play some birthday D&D.
Birthday.
Happy birthday, Dave!
Thank you, cheers. Yeah, another year older. I don't count the two pandemic years, so I'm still a little bit younger than I should feel. Yeah, because they were bullshit.
Looking younger every year.
Feeling older. Okay, cool. So, how's the music level there? Are we all good? Is it loud enough? Actually, what am I doing? Let's put on some battle music here. Let's get rid of Jungle Ruin.
We're not fighting. We don't need to put battle music on.
Well, you are
just
for
help
now.
us.
Yeah.
Are for now. Let's put on. Do you know what? Let's do pirates. I like pirates. I'm gonna turn that down a little bit.
Pirates of the Spider Being.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So I'm gonna pull out the turn order here. As this thing jumps out of the of that wooden box with all the spider webs on it, spider web patterns. You can see now it looks at you and it screams like screeches, and you can see it's all of its 8 legs are kind of almost you can see they're kind of bent up, and if they were to go twice as long, it would be quite a tall creature. You can see it is half spider, half dark elf with this long white hair, and it looks particularly. I'm going to shift Z this. I need to go back to my select tool, don't I? Boop. There you go. I'm going to shift Z that. You can see now it's half dark elf and half spider. All these legs just as it moves forward, sword raised, and let's see what it's going to do. Would anyone like to do anything before we? Now, I mean, not like take an attack. Would you like to do anything before we go into initiative order?
I would like to befriend the creature.
Okay. How would you like to do that?
As it's just appeared in Torvig's mind, this thing has been a prisoner. So it's probably something. Pleased to see you. Don't be too alone. We don't mean you any harm. We try to bring you up to speed of where we are. Do you know where you are? How long you have been trapped here for?
Make a persuasion check at disadvantage. As you can see, it reaches behind its back and pulls out this longbow and knocks an arrow.
I don't complain. I love that game.
Dave's saying, Kate is saying
That's weird, isn't it? Let me check. How's that?
That'll be a 16 with disadvantage.
better.
16 with disadvantage, so that's better. Cool. Alright, thanks for your steer on that, chat. Kate, you can get rid of that droider picture first. That'll be great. Just by clicking anywhere on the screen. 16. Okay, it lowers the bow for a second, and it's does anyone understand Undercommon?
Everyone dice this sheet to remind you what?
Yeah, no.
Yes, I do speak Undercommon.
Okay, in Undercommon it says, who are you and why have you summoned me here?
We did not summon you. It's the entity who controls this island has done so.
I see no one else in this room.
He is a wizard of great magics. I believe he incarcerated you into that statue behind.
Incarcerated, you say?
Unless I don't know.
I was on a raiding mission, hunting down some filthy deep gnomes for the matron mother. How dare you suggest I have been incarcerated? Who are you and what is this place?
Come from. You are on the island of Garthas. There is many undead here. But I do not know why you have been summoned to this place.
She moves, he moves. Moves to here, and then it was traps us, Stephen. And she kind of raises the bow a little bit. She looks out the door. You can see she's thoroughly confused, and she kind of stands there. She goes, "Tell me more of this Garthas."
We have been sent to investigate this island.
What is an island?
Have you heard of ocean, of water?
We have water in the Underdark, yes.
This is water you cannot see the other shore of. It's so vast. I did not believe it myself. Again, this is the first I've seen such a place as this. But there are much undead on this island, and they mean harm to all those above and below the surface. We've been sent to find information.
With a 10, she kind of looks, she cocks her head and she goes, "Are we near the surface?"
You just merely need to go through that door and one level up and you will be on the surface, yes.
You can see the legs skitter a little bit, her eyes go, and his eyes go wide as give me an insight check.
Sure. Where's my voice for a second? Come on, Lord.
Honestly, sounded like you were speaking parcel tongue.
See, Undercommon doesn't get in the way of his snout. He sounds so much better. Insight, you say?
Yeah.
Do not get a bonus for that one.
21. Nice. I assume you're touching yourself while you scrutinize this creature to get the four guidance. Yeah, there's panic at the thought of the surface, and this creature is stressed, volatile, a hair's breadth away. He can see how badly wounded you all are, and is definitely considering just killing you all, taking your goods, and trying to find a way down. That's what you get with a 21.
Okay, so I'll see the division. There is a way down. We just need to find the appropriate keys to unlock the gateway.
I care not for keys. You are a big creature. Smash it, or I end you. And the bow goes.
Do you not think we have already tried? This is why we're in this room, having fought the enemy point towards the remains of the statues and golems where they fought before. This entity has games he seeks to play before he allows people down to where he resides.
Classic dungeon, is it?
It would seem so, yes.
You can see he looks around for a dragon.
You've also played Dungeons and Dragons.
Yes, I see you had Dungeons
Man
and
of
Dragons
culture,
before.
I see.
Well, this Striders has played House of Humans, actually. Yeah, so that I'm going to give it. What are we going to probably give it here? I'm going to give it a wisdom.
I'm ready as well with a firebolt the second it shows or it attacks any of our enemies.
So what does your readied firebolt look like? Is it like?
So it's in my hand, but I've got the back of my hand facing them. So at the moment it just looks like my hand's glowing a little bit, but that's it.
Oh, okay, cool. That's good to know. And he does kind of turn around and notice that. Stephen, your paladin pal, says if a droider has never seen the light of day, exposing themselves to direct sunlight, do they take damage from the intensity of UV rays or overdose of vitamin D? I wouldn't mention vitamin D with our community in the chat because there will be a series of.
Can you hear this? That's Shaq approaches. Shaq approaches.
Yeah, Shaq attack.
Overdosing on D is not a good thing.
Okay, cool. So the droider just takes a step back, and then out the door, and then closes the door.
These seem nice.
The other one to go up, wasn't it?
So they go. I'm gonna. Oh yes, you won't see that on the map, but they do indeed go up. And anyone with a passive perception of 15.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Near in undercommon a scream, and that is the last you see of the droider, and that is lucky because it could have gone a whole nother way.
Wait, if they've gone up and burnt to death, I want to see if their goods are still there.
They did not burn to death. They don't burn in the sunlight, but it is not happy. So it's probably going to hide somewhere until it's dark, and then try and find its way back into the Underdark. But unfortunately, that creature was summoned from the Underdark of Sopherone, so it's going to be a fucking while before they get back there. Halfway around the world. So what are we doing, you guys? I do believe you found the gem, isn't that right?
As we have this gem, I suggest we don't keep trying the rest of these holes to see what we can find. We should probably push on now that our new friend has made their way onwards.
Oh, well done, Torvig! And you can hear Margaret Kanan kind of pipe up then. She goes, well done, Torvig! You dealt with that. You should go into politics, son!
I don't remember teaching you my name.
I'm going under the assumption that she heard it. She's not psychic. But and then if she hasn't heard it, then she will refer to you as Fluffy Bum.
You better leave with your name.
Yeah. Torvig will be sufficient. So we have
great.
other
You all
rooms.
look like you're fucked now. You gonna have another rest?
Maybe just a quick one. Catch our breath.
Yeah.
Shouldn't, but
I thought the spooky one was immortal. Turns out you bleed just like the rest of them.
I find that if you stab things enough times, they bleed.
Indeed.
Actually.
That they do. Except for me, because I'm a glass orb.
shatter. Sorry.
You don't look like you'll ever master the shatter spell, love.
I am shattered.
Yeah, you look awful tired. Anyway, what's your plan? Are we gonna go and fight Shatterstar now?
I think we would need to get one or two more of these jewel locks before we could do that.
Well, hurry up, I want to see him fried. I want to see his little toenails curl up and explode.
I don't suppose you have any other way that we could achieve getting down there without having to go for more of these rolls.
No, I'm just an orb that lighted the way, lighted the welcome corridor.
A bit of a rest would be appreciated if we had time, but I'm not sure we do.
Well, why don't you make a decision then?
Unless Hethar will just be like literally sitting down on the floor being like, unless someone's got one of your tricksy magic stuff, I need to rest. I'm so sorry. I would usually go.
I mean, Torvik at this point has blood pouring down him from several wounds.
Yeah.
I think Nira's actually okay, because Nira, I think, if I remember correctly, used their wholeness of body after
They did, yeah,
nearly
that was
getting
epic.
their arm ripped off.
Yeah.
I think the scars are still there. I think there's like
Yeah,
bald
there's a little bit
patches
of a
and stuff,
scar
but
there. Yeah.
has been relatively healed up. So Nier is happy to kind of do a little bit of exploration or wandering around if people want to take like a short rest or something. Dave, you might, for the benefit, just obviously of the people that haven't been here in a while, just give us a little recap of the surrounding of the room, what entrances, exits, all that kind of carrying on, if you don't mind.
Yeah, no worries. So this room is one of 4 that seems that you found doors for, which is in the southwest of this larger thing. I might get doesn't matter. I don't think Kate can zoom out. But yes, as you can see, this is a sort of heavily overgrown and slightly caved in room, and there's Kate making it tiny now. No, I wanted to zoom in. You're grand. I'm only messing. I'm only joking with you. And you can see, you can see it's all caved in. This Acromancer thing from behind me is going to be great crack.
You'll get a bucket of water dumped over your head.
Yeah, I know I will. Yeah, exactly. It wouldn't be the first time. And well, that's what are you doing?
I was teaching you a lesson.
Oh, okay, that's fair enough. Yeah, you can see it's heavily overgrown with like vines and rocks and broken pillars, and even more broken pillars now, as these possessed pillars have been destroyed by you. There is some sort of some sort of weird artifact that's been attached to the wall, or maybe it's part of the wall. Some sort of looks like some sort of tribal creature that had several holes in it that you could place your hand in and retrieve.
And I did.
And you did. Retrieve things like gems.
Very well.
Yeah, you can retrieve things like gems or driders, depending on your luck. And yeah, so that's where we are. This is the official welcome hall of Shazastar's lair, which, had you not gotten washed down the stream, this would have been pretty much ruined and empty. And the way down would have been open, but Shazastar had the time to prepare this and sort of do a little bit of a sort of a 60-minute makeover.
Oh, thank gods for him.
Yeah. So yeah,
The welcome wagon.
yeah,
Almost
indeed.
like he's worried about it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, he was kind of sitting around doing nothing, like while he watched you scried on you from afar, and he's like, "Look, they're still swimming. Maybe I'll do up the southwest wing."
It's still the day, you know.
Few more
He's just jealous
ruins.
because he can't
Yeah.
swim. That's the problem.
Knock through, maybe bring the outside in, you know.
The wall, son of the Graven.
That better not be a load-bearing pillar.
Okay, so what
Can I ask?
Yeah.
What? How badly broken is the floor here?
I mean, there's a couple of ups. I mean, if you weren't looking where you're going, you could probably twist your ankle. And at your hit points, that's that. You know that
Thinking
could
of
possibly be
like,
fatal.
yeah. What I'm thinking is it would there be any thought to it going like pulling up the stones and digging down a bit?
Oh, I mean, you could certainly try. Yeah.
I'll try and pull up one of the flagstones or whatever. they
Okay,
are.
let's get a quick athletics check then. And
Oh yeah.
how long are you going to spend doing this? And have you got a spade or a shovel?
Ooh. Let me check what I have. Do-do-do-do.
If I
No
see-
spade or shovel, but I'm just gonna use my hands to pull up the rocks if I can. Sorry, Ryan.
No, I was gonna say, if I see what you're doing, Phoenix comes up behind you and is like, maybe this'll help. And as he touches you on your shoulder, you will enlarge as I cast enlarge and reduce on you.
Does Phelim's do Phelim's shirts enlarge with him, or does he destroy yet
All
another of
goes
his
with it.
pristine
All
white
goes
shirts?
with him. It's not
Okay,
Hulk,
okay.
like.
Are we keeping track of these shirts?
Phelim is, yeah.
Yeah,
He
I've
is,
got
yeah.
a counter.
We have a shirt counter. We should get one for the stream.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. So you're now you're now human sized, I think.
Torvig will also guide you if he sees you're doing something, and then go back to rest by Kefra.
Okay, cool.
Well, I think Phelim's character is still considered medium, if I'm right.
Oh, is he? Okay, yeah, cool.
So he goes to large now.
Oh, very, very good. So yes, you're
Well, I am a small size now. in
How are you?
fairness. Yeah.
So you're not a 2.5-ling.
Oh.
Okay.
Fully.
So I'm very strong.
Okay, cool.
You've got a minute of alert strength anyway.
Well, give us that athletics check then, big man. And
Right,
let's see
here we
what
go.
we've got.
That is
Here
a
we go. Welcome along,
9.
Shaq.
I'd
That's
say
a
you have
9.
a D4, but I don't think it's going to make much difference to.
You can add a D4 to that if you want.
Wait, isn't it because athletics? Oh no, it's dex based, isn't it?
Athletics is strength based.
Well, then he gets advantage on it.
Oh, there you go. So it's a 13.
13. And I'll give it D4 as well.
You get a D4, yeah, 'cause you're-
Oh, okay, lovely. Sure, why not? Why not? Throw on a D4 there
That's
now.
why I
As
did
you,
it for him.
yeah, nice. There's your D4. There we go. So that's a
3.
16. Okay, not bad. So you kind of heave one of the pillars aside, and you begin to sort of pull away these flagstones, and beneath you can kind of see there's rubble and stone and some cold earth. As you begin to dig and dig and dig, I'd say you get about maybe 2 feet down, throwing earth behind you. Kethar, there's dust and pebbles landing on your feet and your lap and your face, eventually you get down to what looks like another level of stone. It's about maybe 1.5 feet, 2 feet down. Looks like some sort of foundation.
Okay, so when you say foundation, you mean like the bottom of this, or like the possibly the sea as
No,
well?
it would
might
be the bottom
ceiling?
of this.
Okay.
Can I get you to make an investigation or perception check?
Ooh, I'll go with investigation if that's all right. 7.
Something catches your eye. It's just the dust and the dirt just keeps rolling in to cover it. You can ask for help if you wish.
Yeah, I'll
I'm going to
give.
start using Drowcraft to do gusts of wind to blow the stuff away from us because it's getting
Okay,
flow now.
cool. Yeah, well, after a while, you can see that the concrete foundation is stamped, like repeatedly. Like there's these kind of stamps in the foundations. You look closer, it says Wraithwell's Dungeon Installations.
Okay. I'll just point that out and I'll say, has anyone got anything that might break through this?
No, why don't we just go in the other doors?
Okay then, says Phelan. He clambers out. Tell you what, he will do if he can. Just one last effort. He'll pick up one of the big stones he picked up earlier and he'll smash it down on the foundation just to see.
Give us an athletics check.
This will probably be the last of your minute as well.
17.
1 second, just saying thanks. Key to Stephen, who said he loves the backdrop and the layout of the stream. That's all Kate's work. Thank you very much, Kate. As you slam this rock down with a heavy crunch, you can see that there is some minor damage to the foundation, but unfortunately, it doesn't seem to do anything of note or worth.
Ah, well, this is worth a try, says Phelan. And he'll go over and he'll sit down here.
Plop. So what's the plan? What are the rest of you doing?
For about 15 minutes or something.
Have a little snack,
Power nap?
short rest in.
You're gonna
Yeah.
try another short rest?
Nero will do some. Nero could do some exploration and some stuff. If you guys want to take a short rest, I'm back kind of full, so I'm happy to.
Say with a French accent. Say what with a French accent? Short from mastery. Oh, very good. Oh, technomancery, yeah. Very good, Shaq. Yeah, mastery. Oh. Okay, cool. So you are going to you're going to head off by yourself. I love this. Split the party. Okay, you can move over to the door there, Nira, and you can you can certainly open it.
Is this the door here,
No, it's over
or
here.
is that one that actually looks like a door? Is it?
Yeah, and
Yes.
you pick the door.
I'll go in there.
A little door symbol with a handle.
Yeah.
Yeah.
If you
Well, I
click
think before opening
yeah.
anything,
Oh, okay.
I will most definitely do a little bit of listening. Check the door. It's not locked. Can I have like a listen?
We
check
came
if there are
in
lights
through
coming
that door, and that's the only door.
Oh. Sorry,
Boon
I
for
wasn't
Kethar there.
for
Make a
that
note of
stream.
that. From Shaq.
Okay, well let's open said door.
Okay. As you open it, then you can see the long corridor there with loads of these sort of thick roots and vines growing across the floor. Excuse me. As I shift ping you, you can see there what looks like that old heavy massive boulder that fell down and murderize someone there. And as we move in, you are now in the main entranceway. Phoenix and Nira, as you can see the remains of the dead creatures you fought there and killed them. That's Margaret Ken ensconced there, and so on and so forth.
Okay. And we haven't gone into any other doors yet, have we?
No, you
Or
haven't.
have we?
No.
We do know that Shazasfar's spirit went into the water door. Whether he's trying to... He came out of pillars and into water.
Okay. And...
Just as a reminder, not necessarily mean anything else, just as...
Okay, no, that's good, because I wasn't here for the last game, so I was... Or the previous game, so... And the blood clock water pillars, is that written on doors, or is there symbols, or how
That
is
is symbol. They are symbols.
If I go to the clock one, can I work out what it means by clock? Like, does it have like a dial on it to be turned? Is it?
No, it is literally just a carving of a clock on the door. There are no moving parts
on the door. On the carving.
On the carving, make an investigation check. It's quite heavily overgrown.
Oh, I can peel that back with my druid craft.
Okay, you peel that back, Stephen. Is this the door to the void, Stephen? Oh God, I wish it was. That's a home game in joke there. Yeah, you can peel it back. The clock is at 11 o'clock.
Okay.
That's okay. You don't need the roll if you're able to.
And what time are we at now?
Moving around. I would say you're probably coming up to midday.
Okay, so we would have
11 o'clock.
Yeah, we would have been in here at 11 then, after the fights and stuff we've had and the fucking around, and it didn't open. So it could be 11
it did not
at
open.
night. Okay. Might be a long wait for us for this one, but we'll have to see, I think.
Can you remind me, the pillars door, was that open when we got there, or did we have to do something to do that, to open that?
No, you just there was a lot of fucking around and worrying and stressing, but then I know, then you just open it and it opened. So yeah,
interesting.
The suspicion is there to tell you what each room is, as opposed to them being a key in and of themselves.
Oh yeah, okay. And on that question, does it look like these other three doors are already opened, or as in does it look like they're locked or unlocked, or?
Oh, would you like to make an investigation check?
Well, sure. Look,
or try the door.
I've come this far. Oh, why did you ask me that? You know I'm gonna have to say yes.
Shaq Fu says there was a lot of fucking around, but not really finding out.
Yeah.
I think Nira is just going to kind of like lock eyes and just put the hand up onto the door and just start opening the door, or checking the door to see if it's open.
Shaq Fu is already dropping memes into the meme channel, man. It's just
prolific. Unstoppable.
So you're just going to open the door?
Yeah.
Love it. Well, click the door there, big man, and open it.
That's a stupid fucking thing to do, but you know, I'm here for a good time, not a long time.
Well, damn right, you're not going to be here for long now.
I gotta admit this.
And as you click open the door, you can see there's there's more fallen masonry here. This 20-foot square section here has quite a few shift ping, has quite a few looks like holes that spiky things may come out of, or I can't wait for the beholder to burst out singing happy birthday to Dave.
That's where I store my spiky things.
And yeah, you can see another door at the end of the corridor.
What's Phoenix doing while Nier is doing all this
I'm flying
idiocy?
behind her. I'm stood behind
right behind you. Turn around, he's right there.
Oh yeah, no, I think I was just like kind of looking Phoenix in the eye as I just opened the door, knowing it was a terribly stupid thing to do, but doing it regardless. Is it just me, or does that have floor pit spikes written all over it?
Either that or a snake pit. They might crawl out of it. We've
Oh
already been
yeah,
dealing
no,
with
that
some
actually
snakes.
that makes sense. All right, yeah.
Why don't I go and have a look? I don't have
That's
to
a great
touch the
idea.
floor like you.
That's a good shout.
I'm going to check the door first of all to make sure there's no fucking lasers, no tripwires, no fucking mad shit.
Lasers and tripwires. Okay, well, Jesus. That's almost as if I have a reputation. So if you want to make an investigation check, then sir, I will tell you what you see based on what you roll, because that's how the game works. 23. There are no lasers or tripwires or traps of any kind that you can see with a 23.
Okay, I'll fly in, and
As
I'm
you
going
fly
to
in,
stop
yeah.
there, and I'm going to have another look to see if there's some sort of tripwire or anything to activate what this is. But I also want to try and see if I can see like into the hole. Do I see like a shiny spear tip or anything like that?
Yeah, if you want to make a perception check, I'll tell you what you see. Or investigation, your choice.
11. I rolled it. It would have been investigation, but I rolled that. So that's
Well,
fine.
what's your plus for investigation?
Plus 5. So it'd
10. So yeah, it will be a 15. That's fine. With a 15, you look through and you do see there are several what look like long blades, and there is kind of the odd shaft of light that's sort of piercing through the ceiling, and you can see down there. You see there are several looking sort of rusted looking blades down there, but also you see with a 15 what looks like a skeleton on a bicycle.
No, Freddie
I think
Mercury listens to this.
Nira is leaning in the door and will, you know, when like someone whisper shouts,
Yeah.
so they're trying to whisper, but they do it really loudly, and also really abruptly. It's like, what do you see?
There's a body on a bicycle. What the fuck is this place about?
Do I know? Will Nira know what a bicycle is?
Yeah, I mean, look, it's a mechanical device that folks ride to get themselves around cities and stuff. They do exist.
Okay.
It doesn't look like it goes anywhere. It looks like it's part of some kind of mechanism. And as you're talking, Nira, as you're sort of stage whispering, you do hear this like, oh, okay, and this skeleton begins to pedal, and you see these rusty blades like move up through the floor very, very, very slowly. And it's, I'm not what I used to be, but I'm trying. And the blades eventually they kind of judder up and go down a little bit, and judder up and go down, and then they completely judder up, and it's like, haha, serves you right, interlopers.
As it gets down to the bottom,
tired. What?
As it gets down to the bottom, as in when the blades go back under, can I firebolt him?
You can certainly try. Roll to hit at disadvantage because it is a difficult shot.
21.
Oh, it's a 21. That hurts. 17 fire. Yeah, 17 completely destroys this poor unfortunate creature, who you would have had much to learn from. And
I was putting him out of his misery.
A massive explosion as this poor undead creature, whose fate it was to peddle this trap into existence anytime someone was near. And actually, had you stepped on it, it would have rung a bell, woke him up, and then he would have had to pedal. He was definitely better operating this trap in his younger years, but unfortunately, maybe Shazastar is that broke. That's the only help he can afford, or maybe it's hard to know. But yeah, this trap is now successfully disarmed.
I think Nero comes up and like pokes into it with his staff now, like to kind of like
clunk. Little bell, ding 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 ding. Nothing happens then.
Well, I think that was fairly underwhelming and quite strange. Shall we carry on?
Yeah, that was very, very bizarre even for me. Okay.
I think Nero will still try and like step around the thing. Like he's not going to step over the actual spikes. They're going to like flatten against the wall. Like shimmy across the wall.
That's a good question based on what you're saying. How easy does it look like it'd be to break the trap? Like it's just disconnecting the bike, right?
Well, the creature has fallen off the bike because you completely destroyed him. So someone would have to get back in the bike and pedal it in order to raise those blades again.
But could we destroy the bike to make sure that nobody could get back on it to do it?
Sure. Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna pull out Moo, and I'm gonna instruct him to jump through the hole and go down.
Squish
to the
him
bike.
through the holes.
Yeah, just like the marshmallows.
Like a save.
It's like stuffing a marshmallow through a keyhole.
Yeah. And then when he gets down there, he's just gonna start numbing and gumming the bike to break it. Yeah.
It's gonna
Who's
take
all,
a while.
caught up in the gears.
He starts pedaling it by accident, gets wrapped up in the mechanism of it.
I just look at Nira and I'm like, don't worry, we'll come back for him in a minute.
Yeah, that might take
So
a while.
Moo's down there doing
on
that
the
thing.
door.
Okay, so you're at the door. I'm gonna shoot back to the gang here. This is I'd say that was about
Before we go playing the entire game on our own.
yeah, that was about I'd say it was a good half an hour of messing around and stuff like that. So
Idiots on
half
patrol.
an hour into your hour long short rest. Is there anything you guys want to achieve or talk about while you're here, or if you don't, then I'm happy to move back. But I want to give you guys the opportunity to do that anyway.
Hethar won't. She'll be just out. She's gone.
Yeah, and he's in a similar headspace. Like, she is so beat up and just like drained, and is, as a warlock, just is getting everything back on a short rest. Just the anticipation of that, I think she just comes out. Maybe just trances for an hour.
Torvig is just every minute he's just calling out the mage hand, and you can just see him just as if he's trying to learn something, get it to do something. He's just trying to.
So he's sort of practicing something.
Some practicing, so yeah.
That's interesting. Okay, cool. And Phelim?
Phelim is just there, cuddled up with his blade and hat down, half dozing, half watching Torvig from underneath the hat.
Yeah, and when you were digging with your hands through the dirt, there was a feeling of intense dissatisfaction from the blade. You did hear this voice in your head going, "Pathetic, digging through the dirt like a peasant searching for onions."
Phelim would have just said, "I like onions. Onions and cheese in a sandwich is lovely."
Hey, are you feeling hungry, Phelim?
Always hungry, Torvig. That's how I get a belly of this size.
It's the most impressive belly.
It
Are you
is.
doing all right, Glentview? We don't get a chance to speak much.
We haven't actually. You're right. And Phelim will kind of bum shuffle over towards him. And I'm doing okay. I'm doing good. I've got myself some interesting new equipment and still alive, and a new group of adventurers to hang around with. Missing home, but sure aren't we all?
Well, we all travel on these journeys. We know we have places we need to get to, so this is not where I was expecting to find myself on the start of this journey.
I don't think any of us expected this. I've never seen too many things like you. And he point at the hooves and the horns, and
You mean a satyr? Do you not have many satyrs where you're from?
I haven't. You're not that many. I haven't seen. Maybe, I don't know, 3 or 4. You're probably third one I've ever seen.
Well, I mean, just as I said, the satyrs with the world I come from, they all seem to live in the same vale, so I believe we are fairly small in number compared to.
Yeah. You don't live in a farm, do you?
I do not know. It's more of a. I don't know what the word is for it. Commune, I guess. I suppose is the nearest thing. This is fairly laissez-faire approach to belongings and land ownership. Get all of the Eladrin and the Fae pass through, so nights can be quite wild.
Oh yeah.
Well, let's put it this way: our wizard friend is quite tame compared to some of the stories I could probably go through.
Well, I'm happy to listen. I'm happy to listen.
Torvig will go into some of the things of the revelry and what satyrs and the ilk and Eladrin get up to at night.
Oh wow!
I only need this tame because I'm not back home.
Okay, and as I think you're going to need a con save to get the full benefits of this short rest now, as Torvik decides. I'm only joking. As Torvik describes this, the business that goes on, fucking commie satyrs. I hope that's a paranoia reference. If that is a paranoia reference, then you've gone way up in my estimation, buddy. Commie mutant satyrs. As we go back to Phoenix and Nira standing outside the door, ready to cut the red wire or the blue wire, or are you just going to go straight in?
No, I'm definitely checking this door first.
Okay, give us an investigation.
Lasers.
Lasers!
Phasers, blazers, all types
Door
of lasers.
mimics is Craig, not for the first time.
21.
21 investigation. There seems to be a rather crude needle trap on the door handle.
Oh shit, Moon's not here to set it up. I'll try and disarm it.
Okay, can I get a thieves' tools check, please?
No,
Nira
because I don't
takes
have 'em.
2 steps back.
You don't have them, so that's going to be... If you don't have thieves' tools, you're going to have to do sleight of hand at disadvantage, unfortunately. That's how I rule these things.
I have a different option.
Okay.
Step back.
Fireball!
Nira,
Fireball!
Step back, Nira. Thank you. Yeah, okay. Fireball.
Nira does not need to be told twice.
Firebolt. Oh, 12 points of fucking damage. Okay, so this door is 25 hit points, so you're going to need to...
I'm just trying to hit the handle to trigger the whatever it is.
Oh, yeah, well, with a 13 or 14, no, that the handle is quite small. You do hit the door and do 12 points of fire damage. It licks up and begins to sort of smolder and burn.
Oh, fuck it,
Some of the vines and the leaves here begin to catch fire and burn as well. You can see now this sort of thick, sort of cloying and sweet smelling smoke begin to form in the passageway.
Oh, okay. Yeah, fuck it. I'll fireball to get rid of the door again. Why not?
Okay, right. Well, to hit my flint. That's a 27. I'm happy to say that can go in the on the door handle if you wish.
Yeah.
No problem. The pin just shoots out.
No blow, no explosion, no.
No, it looks like if you want to go back up and examine the pin, you certainly can. But it just looks like leave the cat and the fairy to fuck around and wander only for the whole dungeon to catch fire. Exactly. And as you walk up, Phoenix, can I get a Constitution saving throw, please? As this smoke is unfortunately it's quite toxic. 13 is enough. You do not gain the poison condition. The DC for this is 12. But every time you stay within these sort of, I will say, this area here, you're going to have to continue to make a con save. So this is probably what's on fire right now.
Is it the leaves and stuff, is it?
Yeah.
Oh, okay. So as I get closer to the door to check this pin, I smell it and oh, I remember a few boys back home with pipes using this.
Yeah, it is kind of crazy. So as you do, you can investigate the door, and if you want to open the door, you certainly can. The trap has been triggered. As you look on the handle again, you can see around the side of the handle. You can see it's stamped as well. Wraithwell's Dungeon Installations.
Okay. Nira, you can come up and we can open this door, but I'd hold your breath until we get through if I was you.
Well, I was thinking, maybe we'll wait for the rest of them to catch up. I was just going to, have a little look, but if there's a big room like the last place, maybe we'll get the rest of the guys to join us in case there's any more of them giant elf spiders hanging out inside.
I guess that common saying here isn't true then. Oh,
What's that?
You know about curiosity killing the cat.
Well, actually, I'm afraid it is extremely true, so I'm going to stand back for a little while.
Yes, let's go and get the others then.
Yeah.
Hey.
Can I just do, as we're going through this other room, an investigation check to see is there anything then that to do with the names over the doors or anything on the walls? If it seems like there's kind of it's a part of a bigger puzzle, or just if there's anything standing out.
Based on the fact that there are pillars on the southeast door there. You don't need an investigation check. I think Torvig sort of hit the nail on the head there. Basically, that the inscription sort of gives a hint as to what you're going to encounter when you go through the two doors and into the room.
Fantastic. That's cool. Yeah, so I think we can kind of like pretty safely. Maybe you'll take a little like swing around the water door and just like take a quick glance at it. Apart from the symbol of the water pillars and blood and stuff, the doors are of a similar structure, are they?
They are identical
To each other. Okay, grand.
Yes.
Yeah, that's grand.
Sharkfoot Chat is
near
saying next campaign we're taking down Wraithwell Dungeon installations who supply liches with dungeons. I mean, look, the fucking bad guys have to get their dungeons somewhere. So I was like, I'm creating a company that fucking does this.
That is a really fun campaign mode.
While flying and like hovering next to Nira, Phoenix would just pull out his water flask and just be like, "We could splash some water on the door."
Well, I was going to go home, but yeah, let's give that a little go.
Okay, splash the water on the door.
The thing is Phoenix knows that we know that like that means that's what's in the room. It's got
Yeah.
nothing to do with the door. He's just fucking with Nira
Yeah.
at this point.
Yeah. You splash the water on the door. It trickles down. It follows the traces of the vines and the ivy and the other sort of leafy sort of things that are attached to the door. It follows the traces of them, and you can see it begins to drip on the ground now.
You have now blessed this room. Congratulations.
Aww.
Who's carrying Margaret
disappointed.
Kanan?
I think it's careful.
I think Catherine still has it.
Okay, cool. Good.
Or did she get passed off? No.
No, you had her definitely. I thought.
I thought
You
she was
took
in a
it. You took it
bag.
to save her at the end, I think.
Oh, yes.
Oh yeah, 'cause you guys are going. Yeah. Okay.
Threw down the hall.
By the way, before we got back into the big room, I made sure to get out Moo from the holes.
No problem at all. Moo kind of wobbles out of the holes, happy as Larry, delighted to be of service, happy to help, and feeling very, very, very accomplished. And there's no resentment.
With one bicycle spoke stuck out of his head, just
Yeah.
one of the side.
Exactly. Yeah.
In
Chew-
one side, like
Chewing on a pedal. Okay, so you guys are heading back. I think around about this time, you guys can have your short rest completed. So you get any recharge class abilities, like a fighter's action surge and the fighter's second wind. They all recharge on a short rest, and I think some warlocky stuff does too, and so on and so forth. You can see Nira coming back now, and no sign of Phoenix yet.
Question, can I spend some hit dice to
Yes,
get
that's what
back
we do
to
on a short rest for sure. Yeah, whatever ones you have remaining,
I
you
have three
do
left.
almost catch Phelim eyeing up your hit dice jealously.
I have 3 left. She's gonna use them.
Okay.
Talking to the
He's got
fucking
4
sword.
left. She's going to use them too.
Okay.
Check.
Nice.
So, as you roll your hit dice, Margaret Kanan pipes up and she goes, "Oh, there's a little winged fella there, over there. How did your little scouting mission get on there with the little cat fella? Did you find Shazza's Thar yet?"
No, but we found a hammer that likes to smash glass orbs.
"You found an hammer?
Yep.
Where'd you find that? I ain't seen an hammer anywhere."
It said, in case of emergency, use this to break glass orbs.
While they're in the middle of that, can Catherine just put her in the bag? She's just ignoring her now completely.
Why can I smell pipe smoke on you both?
You enjoyed it too. Good to know.
Nothing.
Torvig's a buzzer.
Yeah. He's a proper satyr. Good to know.
yeah, big time. Yeah.
I will say he looks like a minotaur. Just to make this
Yeah,
clear,
yeah.
he does
Yeah.
look like a minotaur, despite what
Yeah.
he said.
Yeah, cool. So, what are we up to?
That's actually a good point. Would I know that what you really are?
Have you ever seen a Minotaur?
I would imagine he would have, yeah.
Then you know what he is. But you didn't hear that conversation.
No. He assumes that you're from the Fae anyway because of what you can do. So that's fine.
Yeah.
Okay, cool.
All right.
Guys.
So how are we all looking now? As I look through, I keep meaning to do the. Oh, you can see the hit point bars on the thing, except for Phoenix. I can't. I must tweak that during our short rest, during our break, and get a sort of short rest in the brain. So we've got Phoenix is looking good, maybe about half hit points. Nira is bulletproof, and Dira is about half hit points. Phelim is looking not too bad. What's Torvig at? You're at 4. No,
2/3.
2/3. Yeah, and same with Kethra. I think you could take a few more hits. You ready? Let's fucking go. So the question is, which room are you going into of the 4 I have prepared?
I mean,
that Wraithwells have prepared.
If you've already disarmed the traps in the one hallway, why don't we check that room out first and work from there?
I think that's a great idea. You might want to hold your breaths until we get through the next door, though.
Did you leave
Wait
the
till you
pipe
see the
running?
trap.
Actually,
Torvig
will
will-
probably like it. So you take a good long breath.
You wouldn't go near that stuff. It leaves you feeling all sorts of strange things. The number of people I've had to rescue places from, we've had a little bit too much of it.
Mm-hmm. So
You
yeah,
can roll an insight check and see if you believe him if you like.
Oh, he believes you just because he can imagine you would have. If you've been to the Fae, you've definitely been involved there. Yeah, so I'll lead him up to that door and I'll open the door.
As we approach that door, can Torvig be using Druidcraft to try to gust of wind space out the way of that thing?
Yes, you certainly can. That's no problem.
I'll throw that in chat as a reminder of what we're doing. And he's also still he's still got the mage hand is still floating around him, and every minute he's recasting that.
No problem at all.
Something that up as well. Yeah, no.
Right, I'm gonna head in, keeping an eye for any potential traps. Or...
Okay, as you head in, you can see these two shift ping. You can see these two sort of almost like sort of tribal-looking dragon mouths flare to life, and you can see now the room is lit by these sort of dancing shadows, and it seems to react. They kind of flare every time someone walks in.
Can I see if there's a way to deactivate it?
You can write as look. Yeah, as soon as you go over, you can see there is something inscribed on this wall here. And I will type it in there. It's in our Roll20.
I see it.
What does it say?
It says, to claim your prize, the cost is blood, but not a prick. I require a flood.
Well, that's not all worrying. Can Torvig just look around the room and just see if there's anything on the ceiling, anything on the walls, anything?
So
can Ketra bring the torch from the other room because she can't
you
see
certainly
shit.
can. Inside this room, you can see here what looks like some sort of sacrificial altar, and there are deep grooves all along, that's kind of range from the circumference of the circle down to what looks like some sort of hole. You can see there's the image of what looks like some sort of a shift ping there in case we're not there. Here we are. What looks like some sort of humanoid, 2 arms, 2 legs, and a face. They're sort of painted on in and around the grooves in an expert manner, and what beneath it is some sort of 1, 2, 3, an 8 or 9 or 10 pointed star. I think it looks like 8. You can see there are a multitude of candles around the circumference as well that have been like mostly burnt down, some destroyed. But you can this looks like some sort of sacrificial blood collecting device or altar.
Is it possible to see how big that hole is that's under that?
I'd say it's like if you can imagine the face of a watch. It's that thin, or a plug hole, basically.
but under the entire size of that altar.
It's dead center there, and it would be. Here, I'll actually draw it for you. It would probably be. Let me zoom in. It's tiny.
Oh, okay.
So it all sort of runs down. All of these grooves run down into the center from the outside, from the circumference of this
So
circular
it's kind
altar.
of like a bowl.
It's
and
just a
everything
bowl.
comes down
Well,
into
no, it's not. It's like a sort of a disc that has a slight angle to it. So
Plate.
if you, yeah, exactly.
Okay, so instead of this, so if you were sacrificing a body on it, say, just to put it out there, the blood wouldn't be running off the edges of the out. I don't know what happened there with the hearts. That was kind of weird. Was that what I did?
Yeah, you make a little heart. I think it's an apple thing. There you go. Yeah.
Apart from, well, we are speaking about blood and the pumping of blood. So it wouldn't pour down off the outsides. It would kind of pool on the inside. So however, if there was, for example, a body strapped to the middle, it would all go down into the plug hole in the center, kind of a thing. Is it?
Yes, exactly. Yeah.
Okay. That's kind of.
snake.
There's a green thing. It looks like on that. Is that like a green pipe?
No,
or something
it is a
on
sacrificial dagger. If you zoom in.
Oh,
you'll see
lovely.
that.
Of course, that's
Yeah,
exactly what
well, it's more like a sacrificial spear by the size of it. But it does have a wickedly curved blade on it, and it looks incredibly sharp. It is heavily encrusted with blood.
And you mentioned when we came in that the two what look like kind of dragon mouths that kind of lit up. Did they kind of react? You mentioned they were kind of reacting as people moved in the room.
Yes, to everyone's presence. Yeah.
Can Nira kind of maybe? I think Nira might do like a bit of a kind of a moving around, get closer, get further away to those to see, and keeping an eye with everyone else's positions as they move around the room. Can I do some sort of a check to see? Can I figure out if they are, and if they are, how they're reacting to people's movements?
Yeah, if you want to make a perception check, or you can make an intelligence check, whichever you'd like.
Okay, let's see. It's been a while.
It's been a while.
Have I got perception? Oh, yeah, it's definitely going to be perception. 13. Not so bad.
13. 13's not bad. They were definitely reacting to the moment each person entered this room, and that's the only time they reacted, and that's the only time they will react.
And what was that reaction? Did they get brighter,
It just
or
went flared a little bit.
okay?
Both of them.
I think Kira mentioned that Kethra is stuck. Is that
Oh, no.
token is stuck?
Yeah, I can't move it.
I've just been able to move it, by the way.
How about now?
Oh, yeah, I'm in.
I'm going to
God.
shift ping it.
I've gone. I've lost. Oh, thank you.
That's alright.
The darkness. She got lost.
Kethra, can you hear
And
me?
this is amazing. As the final member of the party enters, the fire within the dragon heads go flare again, and the door closes
Phoenix.
with a deafening thud.
I think Nira probably would have been over here. Maybe not staying directly, but would have been here, kind of sussing out those two. So.
Yeah. I want to ask Phoenix. He summoned animals before from somewhere that I'm not sure of. Could he? And I'll say, could you summon something from wherever you're summoning, and we'll just slice it up there on the dish.
Jesus Christ.
I feel like that's a little bit of a waste of my resources, but I could, yes.
But it's better than wasting us, isn't it?
I don't know, there's a couple of you that could probably go.
If that is the answer, I mean, it need not be one of us. Perhaps if we all put some blood in together, more manageable amounts, that's...
Oh, you're definitely not getting any of my blood. I would
I have to say, the idea of giving
something
the
instead.
blood in the thing with a necromancer, someone with magics, it feels very ill-advised.
I spill other people's blood, not my own.
I don't agree with it, but I can do it.
Settle in there, lads. I think we're going to be in this room for a while.
She's pouting in the corner.
Right, give
Can
me
I-
a minute and I'll be back.
Can Torvik have a look at the door and try and work out how much is locked behind us?
Yeah. So you were right there when it happened. You heard the door slam, and then you see from the inside these heavy metal bars go shh, shh, shh. So there's 3 thick, looked like iron bars that are just like sort of thick, belt sized kind of things, like, you know what I mean, like large things kind of slid across there.
Oh, I can still get out. It's all good. Okay, so yeah, I disappear through a portal, and I come back landing on top of this altar with a giant honey badger.
Okay, the honey badgers go.
So you stay there and don't move, and I'm gonna fly away, and I'm gonna face the wall.
It reaches its. Okay, you fly away. It's gonna. It starts licking.
Hold it down to the table, and just no nonsense about it. Just cut it, kill it quickly. Maximum amount of blood onto the table.
Okay, cool. So several things happen. It appears, it's put on the table. It begins to sort of sniff around because it's frightened of where its new area is. So, you know, it's been brought from one place to another. It sniffs the blood, and it begins to just lick the congealed blood and the dried blood, and it's thoroughly enjoying this. And Dira, I'm going to need you to make an attack roll, please, because this is a living, breathing creature.
Wonderful. We'll use.
How many hit points do they have, Ryan?
I'm gonna have a look. I'll tell you now.
Giant badger, is it?
Yeah, I've got it there.
Okay, cool. You want to run the giant badger then?
Well, it's not going to be doing anything other than standing there, so as long as you've taken it down quick enough, it should be fine.
Can you control what it does?
Yep.
You can. Oh, so you're. Oh god, that's horrible. Okay, cool. So you're gonna So well, look, if you look at his little face. Look at his little face.
You monsters!
That's why Phoenix went and looked at the wall. He does like this.
Gotta rage quit the game.
You like that?
Okay, you can click us at off there, Kate, if you don't mind. And yeah, if you can sort of instruct it and command it to accept its own death, then it does so. I will, and
what
I
they might not know, but I do, is that when it reaches 0 here, it just goes back to the Fey realm.
Okay, cool. But so one of two things happens. So it appears and it begins sniffing around the blood. But curiously enough, there is no surge in the flames. As this being appears in the room.
Okay.
The blood sinks down, and how much damage did you do?
Let's go. Well, the pack weapon is with a glaive right now. So.
Well, if you've killed it, how many hit points worth? So it's 13. 13 points of damage sink down the drain. The flames and the fire don't seem to react. I'm happy to say that, yeah, you'll give it. Surge in the Flames is my favourite Opeth album. Yeah, you better believe it, buddy. Love it. Love your work. Yeah, it doesn't seem to react. The flames don't seem to react. Not saying that that's what you're looking for, but yeah, they didn't react when the badger was summoned either. So.
Would Nira have kind of shared their observations on like the flames with the rest of the party? Or
That's a good question.
Yeah, I think so. I think it would have been kind of like maybe unnecessarily annoying unasked for rolling commentary as they like prodded. So you would have got the result, but you would have had to listen to like the thought process going through.
Nice.
And Andy will kind of speak up again and say, "This is kind of what I was thinking as well. The flames reacted to each of us as we entered the room. I'm feeling pretty positive it requires blood from each of us.
Do we have to kill each other?
I don't know. Perhaps a small enough amount of blood from each of us would be enough. I don't know what it requires.
Well, you
As
go
Andira's talking, Nira is walking up beside Andira and just pop the claws out and just like big slice across Andira's shoulder.
What?
Yeah.
Okay, so how
You
much
go
damage?
first.
Hold on. First off, I think the most important thing we have to do here is give the badger an X.
Oh, poor little badger.
R.I.P. buddy.
But he disappears, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, he disappears. Okay, well,
Yeah.
okay, cool. Oof, gone.
Just make Kira.
Okay, cool. So, how much damage do you do?
So just to clarify, this is kind of then Nira's walk up. Yeah. I think you're right. And just like, I don't know why I'm playing Nira so mischievously. There you go.
Sure, look,
Been
you
hanging
all have a
around
bit of
Phoenix
devilment.
too long.
I think
19
so, yeah.
to hit. Is it 19 to hit, Andira?
19 is going to hit Andira for sure.
Okay, cool.
Oh, savage.
So
smashing
Andira
damage.
and Nira, you are Andira and Nira, Nira and Andira, Nearest and dearest. You guys are standing to the east of this thing. Andira, you begin to bleed as Nira just goes wah and just scratches you on your shoulder, and you can feel blood begin to run down your arm. In about 2 seconds, it's going to be dripping on the floor. Would you like to redirect the flow?
I would, but I'd also like to try and catch Nira's arm and make a cut on Nira's arm as well.
Okay.
Like, we're in this together, motherfucker.
Okay.
Absolutely.
So I'll say, give me an acrobatics check then, or if you'd like to argue for another check just to grab it, and then we make the attack roll.
Could I argue for athletics?
Yeah. So you want to make an athletics check, then you've successfully grabbed Nira, and you can make that attack with advantage. This is not an ongoing rule. This is just a rule I've thrown in just for the crack, just to speed things along.
What am I trying to hit?
So it's an athletics check. So let's just roll and see what happens. I'll tell you the DC when you roll it.
Nat 20 for a 26.
Oh,
And straight up.
I think the claw sinks in, and Andira's hand just snaps up and grabs the wrist. And as she kind of like leans over the table, she's just like, not angrily, but just kind of maintaining that eye contact with Nira, and just this like little smile will come over her face, and she'll just take the tip of the glaive, and she's gonna make a little cut of her own.
Nice. Okay, so you can make that attack with advantage now because you got that nat 20. 25. Oh,
25.
Jesus. Okay, so far we have 13 slashing and 8 slashing. Are all of those points of damage going into the...
Yeah, and you would have positioned them both so that they're now bleeding into these tracks of the table.
Okay,
Fantastic. And I think you would have seen, like, I think Nira would have tried to be playing it cool, but with that nat 20, you definitely saw, like, a look of surprise and very much kind of like awe and respect and a little bit of fear when you caught Nira's, because Nira is fast as fuck, and that's
fast.
Nira's kind of thing. Nira's like, I am super fast, and it's a little bit of a cocky, well, it's not even a little bit, a lot of a cocky thing, so definitely you have put Nira back in their box with that.
With that nat 20, I kind of imagine like a sort of half of the blessing of the Raven's Queen, that the hand almost disappeared and reappeared.
Yeah,
and grab Nira, like it's just
yeah, it's like Nira moves fast, but that was kind of like the speed of light, or it's not even that it was fast, it was like it actually instantaneously appeared into place. You move faster, you couldn't. That was very cool.
I think as this all kind of goes down, Andira, like, she just dismisses her packed weapon for the moment and kind of gets shunted into an extra mental space. And with the opposite hand, we'll just put like a friendly like tap on the shoulder to like good try.
So we have 21 points of damage.
Oh, sorry, go on.
Yeah, we've 21 points of damage contributed to the sacrificial altar. How many more points of damage would you all like to contribute to this?
Have the dragons reacted to this in any way?
Oh, they flared up each time the blood was dripped in, yes.
Phelim's gonna turn to Torvig and say, "Right, big boy, up you come. Maybe have blood in you."
This feels like a really stupid idea. Torvik
Sure
is
about
starting to
this.
head over, but you can see he's very desperate. There must be some other way of doing this. It just feels...
Yeah, because Kethar would be staring him out of it, being like,
Come at me when I
what
find
the
it.
hell are we doing? Like,
Get the key. Come on now. Come on, Torvik, up you get. And Phelan will pull out his bloodshed sword.
doesn't feel bad for ruining his
shit.
shirt. Ow.
You hear in your mind, yes, this one is a powerful beast. I thirst for his blood.
There seemed to be giving me a funny look. Phelan, are you sure you are that right?
I'm not used to striking down friends. I mean cutting friends.
Do it now. Redeem yourself.
Come on, Torvik, good man.
Phoenix, that door is locked. You can. Oh, you're sorry. Yeah,
Consider it
you're.
bars. I can.
Yeah,
can I not
yeah.
squeeze through.
That's fine. No. Sorry, the door is shut and there are bars on either side of it now.
Ah, right. Okay. That's
So it's locked. But you can, if you want to teleport out, you can.
No, that's fine.
Okay, cool. Sorry, because that's what I thought you were doing.
I thought it was like gel bars. Like
Sorry about that. Yeah.
Torvik just pulls out one of the regular short swords rather than some massive, not the enchanted battle axe or the
Okay.
enchanted rapier. Just. This is probably the third stupidest thing I've ever done.
Don't worry about it. Close your eyes. It's hard to look at you in the eye.
So you're allowing Phelan to cut you with his cursed weapon.
Yes.
Okay, cool. Phelan, would you like to roll the damage for your weapon, please? First off, roll me a d20. Sorry, roll. Make an attack roll. Because if you roll 20. Okay, yeah.
Not a
so,
natural 20.
So you've done 6 points of damage, so up to 27 now.
Well, if I'm going to use the thing, I have to roll another d10 for damage. And I think he's going to give it a little test.
What are you doing?
I invoke the runes. Once. Just one.
So you're burning a short rest. You're burning a hit dice.
One hit dice.
Okay.
It won't do too much. It won't do
you want to drop in the description for our viewers here?
Oh, yes.
So they all know what's going to happen.
I think it's a good opportunity to try it. Wait, let's see now. Where like at the
On his own party.
and let's see. Do you want me to put it into roll 20 or into the other?
Stick it into roll 20 there.
Agent of Chaos.
Called.
Okay, you add your con modifier to the damage roll. Invoking the rune. When a target creature with an attack, when you target a creature with an attack using this weapon, you can invoke the sword's rune, causing it to flare of crimson light, infusing your attack with bloodthirsty precision. You then spend and roll one of your unspent hit dice and add the number rolled to the attack roll. You can choose to invoke the rune after rolling the d20. Okay, so if you hit, you can also spend and roll any number of your unspent hit dice. Oh wow, okay, cool. So let's see how much extra damage you do.
It's just one d10, and we have to get the blood anyway, so I think it's a good.
So we're at 21.
6
So total.
and
of
1
what?
7.
So total of 7 points of damage.
That's not too bad, yeah.
Did you not spend a hit dice? No.
Oh, I
That's
did, yeah.
what the D10 is.
That's the one on the d10.
That's shit. Okay, cool. So 6 plus 1 is 7.
I'm glad.
As you run this weapon, you hear yes along whatever part of the body you want to run it across. You see Torvik's blood begin to just drip in, but you also see the blade begins to sort of almost drink it in as well. This is the first time you've seen this. As the blade, you're in the heat of battle the last time, you wouldn't have noticed it. So half of the damage will go into this, and half of the damage, half of the blood will go into the sword. The sword now has a taste for Torvik's blood.
That's not normal, friend Felix.
But
The blood went into your weapon, not into the altar.
It's got 24 now.
Right, Torvig, are you feeling a bit woozy after it? Phelan will quickly sheathe the sword, and then to try and distract Torvig, he'll just put his hands out and say, "Hit me quick."
Torvig will do a strike with his short sword.
Okay.
Very reluctantly.
Happy to say you hit automatically. So roll your damage and let's see what you do.
Not sharpshooter, so just the basic
7
damage.
points of damage, yeah. Help me feel that slice across your neck.
My
there.
apologies, my friend.
Across my neck.
Yeah, or wherever you
You're
want
short, and it still makes sense.
Yeah.
Torvig stands twice your height. It's actually quite tricky for him not to.
So we're now to 31 points of damage have been donated to this to this device. Is there anyone else that would like to?
Does it feel like it's done anything? Like as in
Again, it flares. The torchlight or the flames in these two dragon maws flare up, and you can see the eyes. There's sort of two holes there for the eyes, and the flames rush up through the roof of the mouth and shoot out the eyes. And you can see now there is definitely a reaction to this.
Honestly, I think these dragons are greedy bastards. Looks like you're up, Hethar.
Phoenix, you got a boon from Blue Nessie.
Hey, Nessie, thank you, buddy. That is my second.
Hethar doesn't want to spill her blood. Because she takes blood, she doesn't spill her own. She doesn't want her friends to hit her either. Someone's gonna have to convince her she's not moving.
Torvig's going, there's no way I can convince her. This is not something she's going to agree to.
Could you all please keep a note of how much blood you've donated as well, if you can?
Okay. This will be an extra mechanic.
She's just gonna sit there and kind of like start shouting at you guys in a way, going, "What the hell are you doing? You're injuring yourselves for something else that we don't even know that actually works. Like, this is absolutely ridiculous. We could find a door. We could do something." Like, she is going crazy at the sight of her friends hitting each other, blood being shed.
Yeah. It's like the worst emo sleepover ever.
It's just like, no. She's
Wow,
like, no.
Okay.
Not a hope.
None of this is ideal. This entire place, it seems, is designed to wear us down in different ways.
Yeah, and it's making you guys do it to yourselves.
I'm not
Like,
sure there's
you're
any
letting
other
it
way
win.
out of this. If you can suggest another way out of this, we're all ears, but
Well,
we knew coming
better.
into this room blood was going to be the price.
Yeah, their blood, not ours.
We have no other source of blood at this moment.
So we'll go to another room, find their blood, and put it in
We
there.
can't get out of this room until we give blood. Get out.
We must act as one in these sorts of things. Listen, I understand your hesitation, but is what you're saying that you'd rather just waste this hurt we've inflicted upon ourselves, or do you want to maybe shed just a bit of blood and help us out?
He likes Andira, so this isn't going to come from a bad place.
I will make a persuasion.
But she'd be just like, yeah, you guys are just doing this to yourselves. Like, nobody's making you. You're doing it. You've already spilt it. It's not my problem.
Well, Ketra, we're doing it for each other. I mean, I wouldn't be slicing up Torvig or letting him slice me up if I didn't
I
genuinely
just know
think...
you looked very happy about that, and so did that sword.
Well, I've
that
never
is-
seen a sword look happy, but like...
I have.
The sword blood drinking thing is a little bit creepy, alright.
Yeah, I mean,
I
how do
think
we
you're
not know
getting
that that's
distracted
kind of
from
a...
what we're doing on this.
No, fair point. I think we do. We just have to do a little sacrifice to move on. That's all. It'll be grand. You won't even feel it. Sugar wouldn't know.
Don't punch me. If I'm gonna do this, I'll do it myself. Oh. Is she kind of... Is Phoenix beside her or is Phoenix gone?
I mean, I'm in the corner, right up in the top corner.
Oh, you
of
are.
the room.
Shoot
Still
him
there.
with an arrow. Can Moo bleed?
No, it's not that.
He
She's
just
gonna
looks at
look
Moo.
at him and going, if I'm doing it, you are too.
Maybe you'll fill it up enough.
Come
I
on
don't need
now.
Well, let's hope that's the case, but
Yep.
you have to promise me if we're all in this together, we're all doing it as one, you're doing it too. And then if
I will remind you, Phoenix, there were 6 flares
No,
on
no,
dragons, and we
I
probably
told you
need
so,
6
we'll all
flares
die.
to return.
Ah, shit, you mean whoever that flared up on when they walked in the room would have to do it? God fucking damn it.
Near is checking their pack for a net.
That's one way to look at it.
Right, okay. Fuck's sake. I'm gonna go up.
If you're doing it to
Hethar's
yourself,
going to the head.
if you can do it, yeah, if you're doing it to yourself, you can decide how many hit points worth of damage you are donating.
At one point, I'm just like pricking my finger and just dripping a drop in.
Okay, so you can subtract 1. We're at 32.
No, I'll
in it.
tell you what, I'll be fair, I'll roll a d4.
Okay.
3 points, there you go.
So we're at 34.
That doesn't look
points
like a
damage.
flood to me.
Doesn't.
Roll a d20
How
instead.
much smaller
More
am I
like-
than you guys?
more like a
That's
little
flood
prick.
from me.
You are a lot smaller, yeah. So Ketra's at the head and she'll just look down towards Corby and be like, how much does this need?
Needs a flood.
I don't know.
But then
Instead
how do
of
you know it
blood.
actually needs blood? Like, oh.
Did,
oh.
I mean, we were
Dragon-
told blood,
Did
and
the dragon heads flare?
There
when-
was a refine.
They do flare, yeah, but, like, sort of-
very clear.
Not as not as significantly as they did.
Blood would probably be. I mean, how much blood would just be in 2 or 3 normal people?
Question, sorry. I don't know if I missed this. Is the blood draining away or is it staying in
It does
shape?
seem to sort of. Oh, what's
Oh,
going
good
on there
question.
now? We've lost our thing there. What happened?
I fucked up, sorry.
Oh, no.
See, we don't need the blood.
We
It's
saw
a
that
sign.
dragon put it on mode.
Yeah.
Can you grab me a
Right.
towel? Yeah. Okay. Cool. Sorry, I turned around and knocked something over. Yeah. So you are going to.
Like, does the blood stay in to fill whatever this is, or is it draining
Yeah, it
in?
rushes down very, very quickly, and almost like if you would expect blood to sort of, you would expect it to land and maybe just trickle a little bit. Probably maybe not the paltry amount that Phoenix gave, but like it does seem to sort of almost like you've poured oil on a hot frying pan. It seems to just bubble up and move down at like a very fast rate, almost as if this thing is drinking the blood. It's excited about it.
my guess would be something equivalent to the rest of us, I suppose.
Let it be
I think
known
there needs
she
to be
does
like a flow.
not want to do this.
I can't say the rest of us are particularly.
I don't know. Y'all seem thrilled to spill your own blood really quick without thinking this through. You're all just going for it, like not. happy.
Nero is very much enjoying this. Nero
Exactly.
is like really
And that
leaning into it.
blade enjoyed it. Like, oof.
The blade we need to deal with later, but that's. We need to
Uh,
get.
Hume
She
coming in.
has her dagger. Well, she had a dagger. Where'd it go?
Happy to say you have a dagger.
Yeah.
Don't need to find it.
If
If you're doing it to yourself, you can just specify how many points of damage you're willing to contribute.
she'll look though at them just one more time and go, do I do this myself or do I have to get one of you to do it? Because if it's got to do with something and you've all hit each other, I'm only doing this once, and whoever does it gets
Who
one
read
free
out
shot
the-
at me.
You can do it.
Someone who read out the thing.
I did.
Yeah, so I'll ask again. What did it say again? Was there any directions about how or who or why?
There was
Or
not.
was it-
I'll read it out to you
Claim your
again.
prize. The cost is blood, but not a prick. I require a flood.
Says the guy.
I reckon you could do it yourself if you wanted.
Right, a flood.
At all.
She'll give 20 then.
Jesus.
20
You want a
points of
flood.
damage. Wow.
If you want a flood,
okay,
there's your flood.
Okay.
And she's doing this to prove a point then as well. Go when you're weak and
Yeah.
tired.
So we're at 54 now. Let's delete that and we're right in 54. Hethar, as you...
Hethar does not mess around.
No.
He does not.
She really.
As you-
pissed now.
Hethar is taking the level up. Yeah, as you draw
Boss.
your blade across your hand or wherever you draw it, what's this D4 for?
That was
Ryan's
the
roll.
20 points that I did.
Oh,
That
sorry,
was
sorry, I thought that was something new. Yeah, as you draw this this blade across your hand, you can see the blood just begins to pump out very, very, very quickly, and it's almost like you see this sort of red mist arise from the central plug hole, and almost attached to your hand, that speeds up the flow of blood, and the flow of blood now that you've donated 20 hit points worth, just it begins to almost like spout, almost like that water spout from the Abyss movie. You just see it, and it just runs straight down straight down the plug hole, and the two dragon heads just, you can feel the heat with the intensity of this flare. Hethar, you do take 1 point of exhaustion though for donating 20 points.
Yeah.
Unfortunately,
Nira just starts clapping.
Oh, you
Fortunately, there
get
is
the
nothing-
eye.
Fortunately, you still do not have your key. Your prize.
She's looking at every single one of you with fierce rage. You wanted
we
your
just make up
blood.
the rule.
There's your blood.
So it's
Oh, for goodness sake.
Phelan has
Someone
done it.
cut me already, for fuck's sake. And he'll hold his hand out.
Okay.
He's not gonna look though.
Don't you kill him. He is tiny.
Very
All the
weak.
big swings, if that goes.
Actually, anyone but you with that fucking sword. Keep that away
I'm
from me.
feeling not
Yeah,
to use
they're
that blade
fucking
piece for this one.
weird.
Torvig will do the swing with as he shot the short sword out is next to you.
Okay, so how much damage are we doing to friend Phoenix? 6 is exactly what you need. Yeah?
Yeah, 6.
6 is exactly what you needed, which will bring it to 60. 60 points of damage is what the DM required for you to progress. And as the last of that blood just runs down the grooves and then down at the bottom, you hear this very, very faint tastes delicious. You recognize that as Shazathar's voice. So you have all donated blood. You all got a little red dot. Sorry, I moved you there.
I agree with the dog. Very angry.
And
Yeah, that's moo.
Yeah.
the two dragon heads flare up again. Can anyone within 30 feet of the dragon heads give me a dexterity saving throw as they both explode in this massive fireball of damage?
Dex saves. Here we go.
The DC for this is 14.
Dave, and you can clarify, Dave, we have not leveled up yet. Sure, we haven't.
You have leveled up, but you haven't taken a long rest. Your max hit points have not gone up.
I used one of my
Have
bonus
our abilities
ads
kicked in?
Your abilities have. Class abilities have kicked in, yes.
Okay.
I'm using a boon tab for that.
Alright.
Ah, thanks, Gary. I got a boon.
Hey.
Dex save and throw, is it?
Dexterity saving throw, please. DC is 14. If you fail it, you're going to take 18 points of fire damage. If you make it, you'll take 9.
I used the
only
boon
people
on
within-
mine so I could get to 14
That's okay.
because jeez.
It will be from the center of this. Let me just alt this. 30. So it's going to be Andira, Nira, Kethra, Phelan. Torvig's not. Maybe from this one. Go from the center. No,
Nira
Torvig's
has
clear.
evasion, which allows them to, even though they fail, they still only take half damage.
Yes, indeed you do. So happy days. So, and as this explosion rocks the chamber, rocks and masonry and stones falling from the ceiling, you see from up this plug hole just it spat this gem, very similar to the rest of them. Would anybody like to catch it before it falls straight back down?
Can
the
Torvig
plug?
use his mage hand to catch it?
You certainly can. You catch it in good time. And you now possess 2 of the 4 gems you need to continue. I think that is a good place for us to take our break. Well done, everyone.
Thank you.
We will see
Nice.
you soon. We love you all. Thanks for checking us out. And we'll talk to you soon.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you. We're live. We're live. We're live. Yeah, thank you so much for sticking with us. Great to be back on Rebirth of the Graven King. And we came back early to thank everyone from Dork Tales for the raid. Thank you so much, gang. Our friends are... sorry, Craig, we just jumped back in because we got a raid. We had to say thanks for that.
Oh, no worries.
Cool. Yeah, so thanks everyone.
Craig, you're
for,
live. Put your trousers on.
Just a real, bruv. Thanks very much. I don't see our Roll20 screen in the Twitch overlay, but that's okay. Everyone, anyway, they're scooting through this welcome area that the malevolent entity Hethar has prepped for them. It seems to me though that this dungeon has been made by the dungeon installers Wraithweld Incorporated, and everything is particularly nasty. So, as they've just donated 60 points of damage worth of blood to free up to sort of release one more key, or one more gem key. You can see now that they are sort of fairly depleted and looking a little bit worse for wear. They have 2 more keys to go if they wish to descend into Hethar's lair. How are you all feeling, guys?
I think that Andira is now making a point to kind of return some of those glares at Kethra after making such a big deal out of it, and then we got the key at the end, so like it worked, and she's kind of maybe like there's a bit of like an "I told you so" kind of smirk there. As she walks away, she'll like resummon her packed weapon, which retains its form of the blade, and say, "All right, well, 2 down, 2 to go."
Indeed. So move your tokens to where you'd like to go as you feel like leaving this room. The iron bars have just slid across with this sort of rasping metal sound, metal on metal, as this is my favorite Judas Priest album. As you move through this corridor, again you can see if you look through these holes here, you can see the remnants of this this cursed skeleton whose job it was to pedal the bike to make these blades rise from the ground. I'm sure he was once great at it, but the magic has begun to fade.
Great, Grate, is it?
Yeah, there he is. So what's the plan now? Where are we going? Are we going to go for the clock or the water?
We just came from the Aztec zone, so I think now
yeah. This whole thing is the Aztec zone.
It's definitely got some crystal maze energy.
But just
sounds like a bald man playing the harmonica. Is there a bald man playing the harmonica?
Yeah.
Before we do anything else, Phelim's going to tap Kethra on the shoulder.
With his sword? With his cursed sword?
No. And he's going to... Where did she cut herself?
On her hand. It would have been
hand.
straight through.
Boom.
He's going to take her hand and he's going to take one of his shirts and wrap it around her hand and say, "We are a team. Don't forget that." Well done.
One of the dirty ones or one of the
one
clean
of the clean ones?
Okay.
One of the clean ones.
Maybe the one she ruined.
No, it's a good one, and it's just shows how
Clean
you know.
shirt.
Yes, one.
And
less
she'll
clean shirt.
kind of look down at the gesture and just like she's not good with the emotions.
Oh,
but
look,
she's
we've
just,
got our follower
"Thank
goal.
you." I appreciate
Hey,
it.
350 out of 350. Thank you very much, guys. We appreciate you all.
Thank you guys.
We're
Thank
very, very
you.
happy. What's going on with the overlay?
wow.
Maybe I have to shift ping, do I? Yeah.
Yeah,
Awesome.
no, she will say thank you to Fail for that. Just she's still not happy about it. But
Okay.
Well done.
Before we
I'll
go,
be unhappy together.
So as that moment is unfolding, you do hear that familiar. You look back at the
This
blood door,
guy.
and there is Hethar, and we drag him out. NPCs, where's he gone? Where's my boy? Templates. Is he here? Anyway, he appears. I'll find him now in a second. And he's kind of just hovering there before the blood door. Very, very extra translucent as he kind of looks at you, and you can clearly tell this is some sort of projection. And he's kind of looking at you and he goes, "Well done. Oh, there's 2 more to go. I watch with eager eyes, and I look forward to seeing what you do with the preparations I've made for you. You guys look good. Thanks, that person.
There's a hint of fear I catch in your voice this time. Interesting.
Fear. I abandoned fear long ago.
Are you sure? You
Little
sound like you are.
man.
Definitely fear.
What should I
And
be?
he turns around and he starts walking away from him towards the clock door.
Wait, no, he doesn't say that.
I'm afraid. You're afraid.
No, come back.
Yeah, Keth will scoff at him and just follow Torvig because really dumb.
He just disappears then. So you're heading for the room with the clock on the door then.
Yep.
Okay, no worries. So as you move up there, so what would you like to do, Torvig? You can see it is your like classic clock, a circular clock with hands and whatever else, and it is pointed at the 11 o'clock motion.
Torvig's a little noisy. He's just going to push the door open.
Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please? Basically, this is 16. 22. So let me just get my cone measurement here. Boop, 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 boop. Where am I going? There we go. So we're going to go line. We're going to go cone. It's a 15-foot cone, directly from the center. So should be going straight from the center. There we go. I'm gonna say, okay, 15 foot. And Dira, I'm going to give you advantage in this because you were almost, you're kind of in, but you're.
Do you want to give Kef
you're
advantage because I'm blocking the beam for her and pretty much entirely?
Sure, I love that idea. Let's do that. So it's a DC 16 dexterity saving throw, please. As you shove the door, it moves in a second, and it kind of sticks, and you see all of the hours that are in these sort of these symbols begin to light up, and they shoot out in this cone of force magic. As dog, what are you doing? Just chill out. As they just shoot towards in this huge cone of force magic. So anyone who rolled under 16 or over is going to take half damage. As I get my dice roller, it's going to be a 5d8.
I believe that's what you call a force of time.
5d8. That's a pretty shit roll. 12 points of damage on a fail. 6 points of damage on a success.
Well,
and Dira, you had advantage, but you didn't need it.
I got 16.
So everyone's going to take 6 points of damage. 16 is what you need. Meets it, beats it. And as they just pummel into your body, you just feel welts and bruises begin to just sprout now and form beneath your armor, and you can feel that there's a crack and a snap of bone or maybe cartilage beneath that. Nothing's broken, but it is quite painful. The door is now open.
we should
really
be
don't
careful.
like that person. Sorry, that was me touching it again.
There.
I know.
I mean,
A little hangry. Lots of blood. Need some
not
sugar.
so much the door, but like, do we all need to go in?
We
don't. Let me go ahead. I'll see what I can find.
We've a person in chat who wants to know if they can get some context to the story. So basically, do you know what? You guys can relay that if one of you would like to do that. Or I'll do it. That's fine. Okay, so the long and the short of it is, there was a massive undead army just ranging across the continent, and it was led by an entity called the Son of the Graven King. These guys have been sent to this island, which is where the Son of the Graven King originated from, to find out or uncover elements of its origin, this creature's origin. So the Son of the Graven King left several lieutenants in charge of several areas of historical and powerful significance to guard them, to stop people learning of its origins and possibly weaknesses. So this is the first of I'm not going to say how many. This is the first of several archives that might hold some information as to some of the Graven King's weaknesses, and so on and so forth. This one is guarded by an entity called Hethar, who has he's a lovely guy. And so what they're trying to do is get through. They need to find the 4 gems that are in the 4 rooms, enter them into the base of this spiral staircase. That will allow them to continue down into the first level, because this level was just a welcome hall, and it wouldn't have been prepared, it wouldn't have been ready, except for the fact that they failed a skill challenge and got washed down the stream, allowing Hethar the time to sort of do a 60-minute makeover on the welcome hall of this dungeon. And so this is where we are now. They're moving on to room 3 to try and collect the 3rd gem, and so on and so forth. So I hope that explains things a little bit better for you, and you're very welcome along. Sorry guys, let's go.
So Torvig will suggest everyone else waits here, and he's going to stealth on ahead.
Stealth on
Hethar
ahead.
has no problem with that. After the last
So
room.
can I get a stealth roll, please? And you move your token to wherever you're moving.
Stop my stealth. 22 to start with.
22 is a good enough roll. As you sort of sit down on the ground and pull out your hoof socks and put them on, to stop the to stop the hooves clattering against the concrete.
That is not canon. I'm not
They're like little leather shoes.
Yeah, this is little tiny the things you put on the legs of chairs, and silken Torvig. So as you move through, you're definitely quite quiet. It's hard to tell whether it's due to the socks or due to the fact that Torvig is just extra stealthy. As you move through, you can see now again this the ground is overgrown with these vines that are coming through the flagstones and through the walls. And you can see there's bits of stone on the sides of the walls that have fallen in, and there's earth that has just kind of flown in just because of the oppressive and intrusive nature of these vines. And you can see again at the end of this 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30, 35, 40, 45-ish foot long corridor, you can see another door.
Okay.
Very loud tick tock tick.
Do I see any things that would be obvious pit traps? Anything in the ceiling that might fall down?
I'd say, would you like to perceive, or would you like to get handsy and investigate?
I would like to perceive.
Okay, let's perceive.
I would like to guide myself first as well. Boop. That is a perception check.
That's a 30. There is nothing to worry about in this corridor.
Look, I shall
absolutely nothing.
Continue to make my way along, hugging one of the walls instinctively, and then let's look over the door.
The tick-tock gets louder and louder as you approach the door.
Anything on the door that looks...
Sorry, say again?
Do you think Peter Pan's down
there? Sorry, Torvig, what were you going to ask?
I'm going to look at the door and see if I can see anything.
It looks okay.
Out of place.
Are we perceiving or getting handsy again?
We're going to try and perceive again.
Okay, let's perceive again.
And again, I will guide myself because I have a moment. Where is perception? Oop.
26. Okay, that's this door seems pretty easy to open. It doesn't seem like it's locked. From what you can tell from there, it doesn't seem like you can't see any traps on this side of the door. So it's with a 26.
So he'll step in, he'll look back and check to see where everyone is. Shrug, and then open the door very slowly. And then a bit faster because it creaks.
And as you walk in, you can see now a large chamber exactly the same dimensions as all of the other ones that you've gone into. The slight cave in from the west wall there, and you can see there are. Give me 1 second here as I just check what I had installed here. Yeah, you can see. Oh god, yeah. You can see just some holes and cracks in the floor. You can see what looks like a painting on the ceiling depicting 11 moons and 1 sun. The sun is in the 11 o'clock position.
And that brazier on the far side, does it look like it moves?
It does.
And so what was to the north? It's a bit shaded for
Sorry,
me.
to the
So not north, to the sorry, over this side. The far
West?
side of the room, right, yeah.
Yeah, there's a lot of vines that have broken through there, and
Okay.
there's a cave in there as well. Thank you, Kate.
Okay. And is 11 o'clock sun position is as I'm looking at the room functionally.
Oh, thank you for the raid. We got another raid. Ampersam's raiding with a party of 6. My favorite book
Oh
is.
my
My favorite book
goodness.
is.
Well,
Thank you very much. Welcome along. You're very welcome. As our players are exploring a heavily trapped dungeon. All we need is a dragon, right?
Oh, and their little picture of a raid is like a little moo.
Oh, it is.
Oh, no way.
It is. Look at that.
Hey.
That is the best emote. How do we get that emote? That is so cool.
One
Now
of
we
our
have
players,
little moo.
Ryan's character has a little familiar who is a little mushroom head man called
Yeah,
Moo.
she looks very similar to that as well.
Yeah, that's amazing. Yes, you can see
have
the
to stay with us forever now.
Yeah, the west wall is caved in, and you can see a few other bits and bobs there.
Okay. Torvig will call back to Andira as the nearest and bring them up to speed of what he can see.
Okay.
Gonna go in and, I guess, move it to the 11 o'clock position unless you want to suggest something else.
Yeah, that sounds good. We'll stand out here and let us know how it goes.
Keeping
I
a
don't
rear
think you need
guard.
to be in this room with me, Andira. You look a little tired.
No, I talked a really big game about doing things together. So if you want some company, I'm with you on this.
I talked no such game. I will be out here.
Okay.
Even so, I'd still remain near the door.
There's our
And
we're
Torvig
currently-
will start headed over towards the brazier.
Currently third in D&D in the world at the moment.
That's
so
amazing.
That's pretty cool. See you next time. Gonna sleep and swing. Thank you very much for checking in. You're cool.
Sleep
gonna
well.
So okay, cool. As you move in there, you hear this heavy tick tock from the ceiling above you, and you can see now there is a large there's a large painting in the ceiling in a clock position depicting 11 moons and 1 sun, and the sun is in the 11 o'clock position.
Do they seem like they're moving? Or is there
No, they're not
movement up
moving.
there?
They're not moving. But it is going tick tock, and it is getting louder. Because it gets to the point now where you can't speak in whispers to be heard.
Can I hear it getting louder outside in the other?
You sure can. Everyone can.
Is anything happening up there?
I think Torvik
Not
took
that
the
I
socks
can
off.
see.
You move them up.
So looking then at this brazier, does it look trapped? Does it look like it'll freely move? Does it?
It looks like it shifts. All right, yeah. If you want to investigate it, you can certainly roll an
Sure.
investigation check.
Let's investigate
Do
this.
it. Do it.
And Andy give the help action for Torvik to do that.
You certainly can, yeah.
Got a
Oh,
little
I'd
bit
already hit roll after all that second time.
That's okay. Thanks very much, that person 2113.
90. No, I'll just
Nice.
roll just in case for.
So what have we got? We've got an investigation of 19.
Yeah, so just if it was an advantage, I'm just doing a
no,
second.
right. So investigation 21. 21. You can see that this
21.
This brazier around its edge, it has this kind of clock, like almost like a sun or moon dial, but there are numbers on it, and there is a central point that indicates what time it is according to this brazier. It's currently in the 6 o'clock position. But with your investigation your investigation check of 21, you realize you can turn it both clockwise and anti-clockwise. So which way would you like to turn it to go to the number 11? And this is a 50-50 chance of the good thing happening or the bad thing happening.
Or the bad.
All I could think of then was Aqua's turn back time.
Yeah.
Banger of a tune.
Great tune.
That by Aqua.
Yeah.
Oh, that's a name I've not heard in a long time. My gut says clockwise.
Your gut says
Yes.
clockwise. So
Mine
here's
does as
the,
well. Do you want to head out the room in case we're long?
here's the thing. I have two ways I can do this. Would you like to roll with would you like to roll with what I have written down in my notes, or would you like to leave this up to a dice roll? Odds it's good, evens it's not, and you can't use the coin of fate.
What do you think, John?
See,
No,
I
that
like
isn't it.
clockwise, but the way I think Shazazar works is he do anti-clockwise.
Or it's a double bluff.
I trust.
That's a double bluff.
Sorry.
Yeah, Torvig is going to suggest to Andira that they get out of the room for this next bit.
Torvig, you're going to be here in here by yourself. If this goes
Yes.
wrong and something is someone, you're going to have to face it by yourself, possibly.
Yes.
Okay.
Don't give him hints.
And Andy will stay at the threshold of the door.
Okay. No worries. No worries.
Do we know that this is
I
happening?
mean, I'm happy to say it's not a hint. Just given on sort of the recent activity that you've experienced,
Yeah,
I think it's a logical concern.
for sure. When
No,
you
that's
get to
fair.
the door, Andy will
I'm
call.
going to roll to see which way he's going to turn it.
Oh, okay. All right. So we're not going with my rule. We're going to roll
No,
the dice.
I'm going to pull out a metal die. I'm pulling out a metal die, and I'm going to roll to see which I got from my. I'm going to.
Okay. Would you?
Odds. I will go anti-clockwise. Evens. I will go clockwise.
Oh shit.
Beautiful.
Andy calls back down the hallway and just if something's
That is
about to
a
happen, it's gonna be
12. So evens clockwise.
Even. So you turn.
So go to 11 o'clock.
So you feel the heat of this brazier as you turn it around. Your hands begin to sort of blister and burn. You're not going to take damage from this. It's just for flavor, spicy flavor. And you
My fur does not smell as good as that pipe did.
no, the brazier flares to life, and you hear this ting 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 as from beneath the bottom of the brazier another familiar gem drops out. Anti-clockwise.
Picks up with a mage hand, walks out.
Would have been the wrong direction. And
Nice.
you would have had to fight. I'll move this to the token layer. These bios would have
What a
slithered out from thing. It's a stone eater
Oh.
slime.
What?
Yeah, they're nasty. They dissolve, so they turn you to stone and then dissolve stone. So that would have
I
been
definitely
particularly
would've got
fucking shit. I'll move that
Yes.
guy back to the GM layer, and yeah, so that would have been particularly bad.
I almost want to fight those just to see what they're like. No,
Yeah.
I will take a screen grab and I will drop it into the because I'm not going to. They're only for this, and I will drop it into the thing so you can use them in your game too. Shift on the 5, zip zap skibbity bap. So as you
dungeon coming up on
emerge,
Monday, I could do
yeah.
with one more.
What's the CR on these guys? Challenge rating 4. They've their AC 12, 90 hit points, and yeah, they're nasty. So I'm gonna drop them into the our Discord. And guys, if you haven't found our Discord yet, I do believe it should show up in the stream chat. How to find our Discord? We talk about all kinds of stuff D&D there. And we do put shoutouts for on-stream games. So if you want to join one of our games, maybe playing a one-shot or play an off-stream game, do jump in and say hi as we move into the thing. So what's the plan? You are 3 rooms into a 4-room mini-dungeon.
Orville's going to the last door, and he's going to check this one first, not just push it open.
Because it's got water in it, Kethra is staying well back because she doesn't like water.
She doesn't like water, does she? She's had some bad experience, so I'm going to shift ping.
There is also over to the door.
So... Yeah, you don't like water.
Maybe get 2 or 3 steps up on the spiral staircase.
She's following the cat.
So we have a heavily wounded party here. We've got Nira at 32 out of 52. We've got Kethra at 14 from 59. We've got Phelim at 24 from 52. Andir at 13 from 53. Torvik at 34 from 66. And Phoenix Valley at 19 from 47. I would say it's about... You're looking at 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon now.
We
time to get into a box.
If there's any traps or anything in there.
Okay, that's get an investigation check if you want to find traps.
I'm going to help him if I can.
Okay, you can give him the advantage, or you can have him help you, whatever you prefer. If you're better at it.
I mean, if I could help you, if you prefer, I'll
help me help you.
Help you. Help me to help
Yes.
you. 24.
Yeah. 24. This door is not trapped. This house is clean. Okay, as you open... Oh, okay, Phoenix, are you flying?
Yes.
As you move in, you can see... That's shift ping here. You can see a huge pit right there. Hopefully we can see that in the map. Once... so have you got... Let me just check you've got vision. Oh, sorry, I'm on the GM layer. Sorry. Boop. Shift ping now. There we go. Phoenix, you can see a huge, like 40-foot deep pit trap. And the spikes look vicious. They're serrated. And they have like grooves for blood to filter down through them. There are a number of skulls and bones that maybe make up about, I'd say 2 feet of the 40-foot drop. Looks like a lot of people fell to their doom here.
Well, it doesn't look fun.
It's not great.
Well, I'll go past it and then we'll see if we can not let the others if we can avoid to.
I have an idea to cover it, maybe?
Well, I was just going to climb past it and then we'll see if we need them to come by.
Okay, I'll fly over.
So you fly over, no problem. You make it to the door, no problem at all. You're still flying there?
Torvik's... Sorry.
Yep. Go ahead, Torvik.
So Torvik, can I check the north wall and make sure it all doesn't seem like there's any bits going to fall out? There's nothing.
Sure, you absolutely could until you realise that floor was actually an illusion, and you fall 40 feet into a pool of acid.
Nice.
So you're going to take 46 falling damage. I'm going to half it because there's a lot of acid in there, so you know the splash breaks your fall, which I think is only fair.
Unfortunately, also there's a lot of acid in there.
Yeah, so we're going to go just reduce it.
Luckily
to
for you,
2d6.
there was a lot of acid at the
You're going to take 6 points of falling damage, and then as you land in there, you're going to take 2d8 points of acid damage. You're going to take 15 points of damage as you feel this acid just begin to singe and burn off your kind of cute little curly black hair that covers your entire body. You feel your hooves.
Can I start climbing it out straight away?
Absolutely can, because you have a climb speed. You're
I do have a
straight
climbing
up there.
speed.
Yeah, you're straight up there, no problem.
Nice. Did you burn your like little woolly socks off?
I am no longer Silky Torvig. I am very definitely not.
It is now updated canon. The socks have been melted. They do not exist anymore.
They do not exist.
Okay, I'm gonna try something. I'm gonna fly down there a little bit, about 20 feet.
Yeah.
And then I'm gonna use Shatter to break the wall between the spike pit and the acid pit, so that hopefully the acid pit melts the spikes away.
Okay, cool. So the acid pit melts the spikes away. Yeah. So you're gonna use Shatter.
Yeah.
Okay. So do you want to just cast a spell and let me see how much damage you do?
Oh shit! Actually, that was at the wrong level. Let me redo that.
That's okay.
Wait, I need to make sure I'm at the right level. Thanks. That level. There we go. Fuck! I did more in the first one.
I can give. I'm happy for you to take the higher damage.
Yeah, so it'd have been 20, but there would have been 4 extra because of the higher level class, so 24 damage.
24 damage. As you blow up the side of this wall, you can see now, Phoenix, that lumps of masonry fall in. But it doesn't seem like any spikes fall in.
So I was trying to bust the wall in between them so that the acid would fall into where that was. And hopefully
Yeah, sorry.
melt
So,
down.
yes. Oh, okay, cool. So there is a considerably larger hole there now. The acid kind of seeps in, but there are no spikes. It just travels into stone.
Oh, so that was the fucking illusion as well. Gotcha.
The spikes are the illusion, as is the floor.
So, okay, then I'm going to
So,
check.
so it's pretty easy to determine there is no spiky pit trap. You can walk there if you want.
Yeah, so
There is no
there's some
spiky
testing.
pit trap.
Very clever.
Jump over the acid and you should be fine. Actually, I'm going to check each
Torvig climbs
square.
around the wall.
Each square. Okay, Torvig climbs up the wall. Yes, there is. You're absolutely fine. You have your climbing speed. You can move along there. There is no pit trap here. It is just an illusion. These are 4 5x5 normal flagstones. Are you standing on that?
Sorry,
Oh,
that was just
Jesus.
my
I'm
finger.
going to stop you there, buddy. I'm going to stop you there.
I'm still on. Well, no, I'm moving on the
There
wall.
is another acid pit there. That
I'm moving along the wall.
Oh, you're moving along the wall. Okay, that's fine. That's fine. So I've given it away, but I'm happy to say you guys are so
The
fucked.
wall is an acid pit.
The dungeon is lava.
The whole place is
That's
just
why I'm going along the wall. That's good.
That's okay. That's okay.
Try it.
Can I check this door as quick as possible so that I can hopefully get Torvig through?
The door is
Corbin
acid.
gets a climb speed. He's fine. You can certainly do that. So the idea was that you would see the spikes. You would try and
Yeah.
dodge
Yeah.
them. But you would fall down into both real pits and the side that were illusions. So yeah, you can certainly check that if you want. I will
18
take
for
an
the
investigation check. 18. This door does have one of those Wraithweld dungeon designed stamps on it, and it was another one of those poisoned spiky dart things.
Can I see if I can remove it?
Yeah, the DC for this is 15.
Well, I'll give you guidance before you.
Doesn't matter. Unfortunately, you triggered. Can I get a dexterity saving throw, please? Shit.
Please don't fall in the acid. Whatever happens to you.
Phoenix, you gain the poison condition as you feel this. You're sort of picking around this thing very, very carefully, and it just shoots out. Almost, it's not. You feel like it's not because you've. It's also because you're not great at what you're doing, but you feel like the DC was lower on this, and that they may have gone for the budget version of this trap when they were speccing the dungeon from Wraithwells. And I 100% I'm going to write a fucking one shot or a 3-shot where you guys have to break into the Wraithwells archives to find the plans for a dungeon to get through safely and take out a BBEG. I think it'll be fucking great crack.
Fantastic.
Acme in my head now. Just those like things.
It's like get
off to yourself.
It's pretty much it's Acme, Acme dungeons.
Buy 2 acid pits, get a poison dart trap for free.
Exactly. We're doing a special this month, like with like falling ceiling traps.
The poison darts don't really work, but you know, give them away. The poison's wearing off, it'll be gone in 6 months, so we can keep all the traps away.
Yeah, the poison's gone off, It's expired poison.
It now heals you instead.
So, unfortunately, you now have the poison condition for 1 hour.
Cool.
Cool. You open the door opens, and you can see now, where am I? I'm going to move something here so I can see what the fuck that is. There is a large font of water here, and you can hear it's kind of lapping up and down. Now, are we? Can I just ask? Are we all going into this last room in your current state of health?
I would like to not.
I would like to not, but Torvik seemed destined to go in.
Torvik's at 13 from 66. No, I will do it. I will TPK if I fucking have to. Torvik is at 13 from 66. Phoenix is at 19 from 47. Andira is at 13 from 53. Nira is at 32 from 52. And Phelim is at... Kate saying, rest you Egypt. Phelim is at 24 from 52. Now, and Ketter's at 14. Ketter's over the fucking stairs.
Oh, she's not going near water. Not an absolute
love it. So, now I'm going to say there will, there is a potential for something to happen here. And I'm happy to say that you guys you do feel like hammered horseshit.
Let's go and rest, I think.
I am not telling you what to do, but I am saying that there is a potential for something to happen here.
We've seen what
it's never good to go into battle half dead at the beginning.
Yeah.
A wise.
I want to go.
That when the DM you take the long rest.
Yeah, when he said it a couple of times now, I think we need to take the hint.
I'm not. I'm not saying that, but I mean, there's no problem at all.
It's his birthday. Will we not give him a TPK for his birthday?
Oh, that is true.
Please don't, because it just means I have more work to do the next day on fucking trying to figure out how your new characters get here and why. So I do not.
Oh, a big door opens up and like 6 new characters fall out.
We were trapped by shadows.
Radiant Citadel just sent a backup group immediately. They've just been following behind. What are these idiots doing?
The backup group are like they're actually at the top of the stairs going, "What the who are these guys? How are we the backup group?
We're the Suicide Squad."
Yeah.
Dave, I'm going to go up to that wall as high as I can, and I'm going to start making my hammock using my vine thing, whatever it's called.
Cool. So you're sleeping in the dungeon. That's good to know.
I'm setting up a hammock right there.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, cool. Torvik, I assume you're using your climbing speed to avoid the acid.
Yes. Yeah. We've seen what's here now, so he'll climb back over.
No problem at all. So as you make your way over, you guys Ketzer is just sitting the stairs mumbling about water, resting on her 2 fists, and so we're going for a long rest, are we?
Is that sorry? Are we
going back?
Refresh my memory. And for the people that have joined us, we're actually trapped in here. Is that right? We can't.
No, you could head back up to the surface if you wish.
All right, okay, but the collecting of the gems
is for that
is to get lower down
to sort of open up another level, as it were. So you can continue down
I see.
To more powerful traps and monsters.
Just what we were looking for.
Poor old Kira looks shook.
Kethra, she's just
Kira and Kethra.
traumatized by water.
Yeah,
all she wants to do is take a bath.
So we're taking a long rest here or upstairs? Doesn't matter to me.
I'm happy here.
Can Phoenix makes the pretty house inside?
It would be too big for in here, I believe.
Oh, fair.
See, that's the thing is, 10 feet, wait, each level of the tower is 10 foot tall. Yeah, it wouldn't fit in there.
Fair.
Because this room's only like 15 feet, right, though?
No, sorry, the height of this room is quite high. You're looking at probably about 30, 40 feet.
Okay, I can. It's going to be a small one, but I can.
But at least we'd
gonna be a mini castle.
protected. You know, that kind of way.
Okay, yeah. So I'll make...
But not
I
go
don't know
back
if
to
you
the surface,
can.
because there is that undead T-Rex up there.
Yeah, I'm not going back up there.
No.
Oh,
With the
yeah.
acid rain, T-Rex dead everywhere.
Acid rain and Tira, yeah.
Acid
Can you
rain.
place it so that it like
Acid
blocks the
rain.
stairs up and down?
That's what you did last time.
The way I'm going to do it is I'm going to place it like that, so that the front door faces... wait, let me get the free hand.
Do you want me to get the upstairs map, or...?
The front door is going to face that door. So there's no other way into it from any other direction.
Okay, so you're doing it down here. That's cool. All right, no problem. Yeah. And what does it look like when you cast a spell? And you want to tell the viewers what the spell looks like?
Usually he makes it kind of grandiose, but this time he's just so tired, and he just waves his hands and starts doing the incantations that he does. And you'll see as this doorway starts materializing from the ground up, and then as the doorway forms, then the walls start materializing all the way around it. And essentially it's a 2-story mansion with the ground floor. I think this time is going to be, because I know that Phelim likes to cook food and he's quite good at it, so I'm going to make sure he's got his cooking pot and his utensils and stuff that he likes to have. So it'll have couches, it'll have, you know, chairs, all that kind of stuff, nice dining table. And then upstairs it's going to be 4 poster beds for everyone, apart from me, because I don't sleep in them. I will still make my vine hammock for me and Moo, like I normally do in the corner.
Yeah, no problem at all. Yeah, cool. So that all materializes, and you I think you guys have more than enough experience with this that you make your way in, and you can. What does it smell like in there? Does it smell new car smell, new castle smell, new mansion smell, or does it smell like old and musty? Or
But seeing as though it's been within the last 24 hours, it probably still smells of the stew that Phelim had cooked the night before. Just that kind of nice hearty stew. Maybe a
Sorry,
bit
I
of
thought you
old
said
socks because he washed his
student.
hand. No. it smells like student accommodation. That's what it smells like. It's weed, dirty socks, and pot
you
noodles.
have to make a fucking hag that's making a student stew. Student. Amazing. Yeah, cool. So you guys walk in and you sort of breathe a collective sigh of relief as Torvig, you still like these glistening sort of wounds. If you've ever fallen over and skinned your knee into just that glistening shiny cut is there. You've many of those, but they're green and yellow. And Dira, you're in a lot of pain, as well as Nira and Kethra. Kethra looks grumpy, I think, right?
Very grumpy. And she is concerned about Torvig, and she would be, but she's thrown off about now caring for people, and she's not okay with being the big feelings.
Kethra, you're getting annoyed, and you kind of put your hand up to the side of your head. You feel your hair kind of, your hand run through. That side shave is really growing out now. And you're like, fuck, that's my fucking brand. That's my brand. That's my thing. And it feels weird as the hair goes through just the ends of your fingers, and you're like, I need to redo that motherfucker. But yes, you can all take your long rest. Is there anything you'd like to talk about? I feel there's a lot to talk about, given what happened in the blood sacrifice room.
I'm going to busy myself cooking out of the sexy desserts book that we found upstairs.
Sexy desserts. Okay.
Whatever that transpires to be.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Torvig is actually going to offer to shave that part of Kepra's hair if he sees it. If he sees her doing that.
Yeah, she'll try and do it very clumsily. So if you're gonna do that, then that's
this here.
fair.
You know you can't get the bit behind your ear properly.
Can I just get a straight dexterity check? Just don't roll a 1.
Nick me and get an elbow to the face.
I'm aware. Head off if I nick you. I guide myself.
Close.
Close.
Kethra, you've seen this. You've seen Torvik sort of channel this sort of divine inspiration, or this divine. Do you want to roll your guidance there?
Sorry.
Yeah, channel this divine guidance or power, and it's usually when he's stressed or there's a situation that's like that's particularly critical. But you do notice him do it again before he takes a blade to your head, and it's I think Hethar can make what she will of that. But as Torvik, with a 10, it's look, Tori's not a hairdresser.
Nope.
Like neither is Hethar. But luckily she can't see it. So as you run your hand over the side of your head, it feels like a good job.
As I fly
It
past,
doesn't look great.
I fly past after getting
Hey,
some
Bruno.
Balaam, and I'm like, why is that wonky? And just keep going.
If she hears that, she will tackle.
Torvig will now. Can I take 20? And just take as long as I need now to make this look.
To be advised, set up the mirrors and she'll try to fix it.
Yeah, I'll take 20 as long as it takes to.
Yeah, no
Fix
problem
it.
at all. Yeah. You can. Yeah, you take enough time. You don't have proper barber tools and stuff like that. So it is you're doing it with a very sharp
I'm going
dagger.
to borrow Near. I'm going to get Near's claws and just drag Near over. Just need to borrow.
Yeah. Just do the
Edward
edging.
Scissorhands.
So I see
yeah.
how happy you were cutting earlier.
Is it like Superman when he shaves and he just uses his fingernails? That's just nearer, but with their nails instead.
Yeah.
And
So
rainbow
she
as
will-
well. Rainbow claws.
She will ask
The
Torvik
glitter
though,
claws.
why did you go in on your own without us? Like, I know you were kind of like protecting,
What?
but that was
The clock
really
room?
silly.
Well,
And the
we
acid.
still don't. Well, we needed to get this moving. We've been here too long.
Yeah, I know.
Every
that,
time we
but
don't meet up with him, he gets a chance to do something more down this below.
This is getting absolutely ridiculous now at this point. There has to be easier ways.
I am all ears, but
I'm
I
sick of
I
playing
cannot think
these
of.
little games.
This is what we're trying to deal with. We're going down to finish him off and get rid of him.
Yeah, but
Otherwise, he'll
going
be
around
stewing
room to room
us
to
about
play his little
the
games
iron.
to go in and open all the things. Can we not just fucking bash our way down there or something? Because he's just feeding off of this.
Don't mind.
If you want to, we tried smashing through the door. I don't believe that had a lot to go with. Balaam tried smashing through the floor. There's no particular way through there either.
I'm not used to playing somebody else's games like this, and everyone being so okay with it, and so.
I
willing
think
to do it
everyone
without-
Is this Ketcher's first dungeon?
Yeah, like she'd been alone for quite a long time, and she wouldn't be playing other people's games. She usually makes her own rules.
Would she be on ships or what? Did she was so she was Luskin, so she would have been like, was she on ships or?
No, she was a wanderer for a while. I know she had a
Okay.
little bit of a bout, but she was taken in
Okay.
and trained by somebody else. So like, that would have all been.
So this
handy.
could quite possibly be her first underground dungeon then, subterranean dungeon.
Like,
And the rest of
it's-
the guys are always like, this is what you do. This is how they work.
No.
In
Not
fairness, Phoenix wouldn't have been in something like this either.
Okay, cool.
not with these like finding diamonds to open a thing to open another thing because somebody's tricking with her mind. She's usually always in control.
Can you roll an insight check, please?
Me?
Yeah.
Oh dear.
DC for this is 10.
You can do it.
23. It's almost like the DM needs these 4 rooms here to save on the prep for the next session.
Hethar
veil
apologizes.
Hethar looks at the 4th wall. He goes,
Oh.
who the fuck is that?
Excuse me.
He
Wainwright
just looks
is
back
still
at Kira and
pretending
is like,
he's
"Can you
not
at least fucking roll better, please?"
No.
And the cackle queen behind me. You're okay.
I vote that we have Kate cackling in the background for every game.
I'm here for it.
Yeah.
Okay,
Yeah, no,
cool.
she's
So-
just gonna sit there then sulk in silence, and then when they are finished that in the 4-poster bed, if she can make it all enclosed,
Yeah, you
she
can
doesn't want to
certainly
talk
close the
to
curtains,
anybody.
yeah.
Then she'll thank Torvik, hope he's okay.
You taking
Per
the
usual.
armor off?
They know each other at this point. She doesn't have the armor anymore.
Oh,
she
of
only
course,
has her little
is.
leathers.
Yeah, yeah. So is she having a
But yeah,
bath, or is
she'll-
she bathing, or is she just going to
No, she'll do all the cleaning stuff while wash all whatever's left of her head.
in the morning or now?
And then and in the morning time she'll
Okay.
do that, but she's going straight to bed and closing off from everyone.
No, I know the feeling. So yeah, he closed the curtains, and are they soundproof, Phoenix, or are they just like gossamer curtains, or what's the story?
But there's actually no windows on this place. There's only that door.
No, the curtains. Like if she wants to completely
Oh,
shut
for
off,
the
the bed.
poster?
is there like a soundproof option? Or
I wouldn't necessarily think they were soundproof, but
I mean, they can be magic. I'm
am
fishing.
actually-
I'm fishing for that disadvantage on perception checks for the thing I
Gotcha.
showed you next.
Yeah, I'm sure. No, they're not soundproof, but they
Right.
wouldn't be able to see through them because it's like the
Yeah.
Ebenezer Scrooge thick curtains, like
These are good.
closed.
Yeah. Cool.
These are good, exactly.
Yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah, so you and you feel those kind of like like you hear those sort of metal rings just kind of like scrape across that wooden curtain holder. That sound we all know
Torvik
so well.
instinctively shivers as he hears that sound.
Yeah. What are the rest of you up to? Andira, what are you up to now?
I think that as things are settling down, Andira is more often than not trying to get her trance in as early as possible. So I think she kind of finds, I guess, one of the other 4 posters and takes off the armor and repairs the cut in one of the leather plates in her half plate where Nira sliced her earlier. And then, kind of same as Cathra, kind of like shuts herself in, and as she's kind of sitting cross-legged in that 4 poster, she pulls out that silver crown that we received from the apparition of that mournful lady upstairs.
You gonna put it on?
No, she's gonna lay it down in front of her, and like she's done many times before, she enters her trance and she offers up something that she thinks the Raven people find interesting. Andira hates dungeons. She's been in a couple of them before on different missions as a talent from the Raven Queen, and they're never easy. And she's always there trying to find something, and I think she's feeling hurt and confused and kind of rudderless after that last interaction that they had. And I think maybe she feels bad about feeling that way, kind of like inversely, and I think it's partially this belongs with someone who can protect it, but also like this is kind of like a I'm sorry for doubting you kind of thing.
Oh wow, okay, interesting. Okay, cool. As you enter your trance, you place this down in the bed in front of you. You're sitting cross-legged. You can feel the pillows, like there's 4 pillows behind you, and you find like you're kind of sitting on one of them, and it's slightly irritating, and you kind of shift it up so it's behind your back, and your eyes sort of glaze over, and you place the crown in front of you, and as you enter your trance, you feel, you hear a swish. It almost sounds like the curtains of the bed blowing, and you're trained enough with your trances not to open your eyes to check, and because you don't do that, you hear the blowing of this breeze, and as you enter your trance, you open your almost like your inside eyes, and you find yourself standing in this barren wasteland with like shards of stone, almost look like they've shot out of the ground at these weird angles, and each one jagged and sharp, and there's a heavy rain just falling, and it's almost horizontal, going from one side to the other, buffeting and battering your face. Your hair is just blown this way, and you hear this voice you can only assume is the Raven Queen, or some avatar of the Raven Queen. What have you brought me, my child? Besides your doubt and fear.
Kind of like swallow a big lump there in her throat and take a moment. A crown recovered from the Isle of Garthas. Apparently possesses powers unknown to me, but like many things here seems rather dangerous. And I thought it best to offer it to the one person I thought might be able to protect.
A crown for a queen.
Indeed.
The wind buffets again, and it blows strong and hard. The rain picks up, and you just feel it stings your eyes, and you can't tell what's running from your eyes. Is it rain or tears? And you hear the voice. What would I do with such a thing?
You're a queen. You can do whatever you want with it. Discard it if there's no use for it. It's dangerous here. And I need help.
What is the help you require?
I want answers. What do you mean I've done enough? What do you mean that I am capable of so much more, and I am that way because of the strength you give me, and clearly we're not done here. There's so much more fighting left to do. If not us, then who? If this is not why you sent me here, what am I doing here?
And the wind and the rain, the power of it decreases. And for a second you feel the wind envelop you, almost like a sort of mini tornado. But it feels comforting. And you hear the words, "You have done more. You have done all I require." And are you here to do what I deem as necessary, or what you deem as necessary?
I'm doing what I think is right. And I thought perhaps you had placed me here with these people to do just that, and if you would have some other purpose for me, then take me home.
I lose track of mortal years. They mean so little to me. And how many of those have you spanned?
273.
Quite the stretch.
Not as long as some.
No. But filled with purpose, results, and victories.
I feel that the work I'm doing here is worth doing. If this world falls, how long will it be before the next world is in danger? How long will it be before this son of the Graven King decides to visit our home?
Roll an insight check at disadvantage. Oh, the wind blows hard. The rain picks up and turns to sleet. Stings your cheek. Stings your eyes. Your arm. You hear the words again, spoken more softly this time. Is this what you truly desire? I must, of course, reward my most faithful, my most productive.
Long have I served to your will. My entire life. This is the first thing I've wanted for myself. And I am too proud to see it fail. You, from what we know of you, made yourself what you are today. I want that chance as well.
Okay, so I just need you to clarify what you mean by that.
In that,
Is Andira suggesting that Andira would also want to ascend to godhood to challenge the Raven Queen?
She wants to be supported in doing what she believes the right thing.
So does she feel like she's not been supported thus far with the magics and the power she's given?
I don't think she knows
Okay.
where she's at.
Yeah.
And she wants that support without strings attached, the way that she has served her with no strings attached for almost 3 centuries.
Okay.
She wants to be given the opportunity to realize her ambitions in the way that the Raven does.
Understood. So the wind blows hard again, and you hear a deep sigh. You hear the words, 275 years and you still have not learned the folly of pride. But
for many, many years that might have been the case. I have learned a great deal about humility in the last few months, in the last weeks. This is not pride, this is not vanity.
I do believe you used the word pride though. That's what to say.
Yeah, I mean, I guess she would say, like, I suppose it's not pride.
Yeah. Okay.
Purpose. Believing in what I'm doing and believing as strongly as I am.
Your purpose or my purpose?
Is there not room for both?
And the wind stops and the rain stops. There is nothing but silence and this endless vista of darkness that you can see through, and these jagged rocks, almost like spikes have just shot out of the ground, or 20 feet that way, 30 feet that way, and sometimes straight up at these weird, chaotic angles. You are a curious one. Take what you wish. Enjoy it. May it fulfill your... And there's a sadness in the last word. Desires. You wake up. Cross-legged in the bed. The crown is gone.
I think she comes to, and I think her like cheeks are like already wet.
Yeah.
A little bit, and she doesn't come out of that 4-poster. In fact, she tries to make as little sound as possible as she's processing this sort of conversation.
Okay. How about the rest of you?
Phelim's downstairs, isn't he?
Phelim will be. I don't know where. Like,
he's in the
where's
kitchen.
Phelim? He's in the kitchen.
Sexy desserts.
And sexy desserts. Yeah. Okay, cool. So you flip to the page and it's Pervy Pavlova, and you begin to sort of make up a sexy dessert there, and it has lots of cream, and everything you need is here. Lots of cream, lots of meringues, lots of fruit, and stuff like that. But there is the secret ingredient to this is what is the what's the fish thing that is supposedly an aphrodisiac? Not mussels.
Oysters.
Oysters. Yes, the secret ingredient to this is oysters.
Can I chop the oysters up really fine so like
you
not
absolutely can, no problem. Yeah.
Meringue, lovely.
Yeah, I know, right?
Like that trifle thing from Friends.
Oh,
Yeah,
Jesus,
totally.
yeah.
Pavlova with oysters.
Yeah, pretty much. Well, look, it's not called sexy desserts for nothing.
Keith is not interested, but I think Nira is very interested.
Yeah, I mean, look, Near's a cat and there's fucking fish involved, so it's like,
As it's a sexy dessert, rather than pavlova, is it a pavlova?
Hey!
Ooh, nice.
Nice.
I think Nira's
Well
like
played.
walking past the kitchen and then like gets a nose full of the oysters. It's like, ooh.
Yeah, you can do a double take
Cartoon
in it.
follows.
Yeah.
Carries across the room.
Yeah. So yeah, as you turn around. Oh, thanks for the follow, Anna Fear. Great to have you in here. Lovely to see you.
Hello.
You are now our 351st follower. And we're a small stream, but we love when people join us and say hello and chat and tell us a little bit about yourself. And
I just realised that the reason Nira and Moo get on so well is because they are basically Tom and Jerry.
Oh my god.
So yeah. So yeah, as you walk in there, you can see Phelan Fontaine he's found these lovely small sort of almost like champagne flute glasses, and he's busily scooping them in, and like kind of filling up these dessert flutes, if you will.
Is Phelan wearing like a big paper chef hat?
That's up to Phelan.
He's wearing it on top of his regular cowboy hat. It's just sitting on the roundy bit at the top.
And you hear this, "You look ridiculous," from the sword.
It's not a paper chef hat, it's just one of his shirts that's a bit crunchier because it's older.
Crunchy shirt.
As you emerge with your first creation from the sexy desserts, who's going to eat this?
Everyone, obviously. Come on, guys.
Phoenix definitely took a piece, and he had a piece
Nira's
of it.
been like scooping bits.
Yeah.
Lovely.
Oh, big for a piece.
Cool. Can I get everyone to make an intelligence saving throw that eat the dessert?
Intelligence.
Or you can willingly fail. It's your choice.
I think I'll just. Oh fuck! Intelligence saving, or was it?
Yeah.
I have a -1. Let's see how that works out. That's a 7.
Okay, who made it? Sorry. The DC for this is did I say the DC?
No.
No, it's 12.
Yes.
I failed.
Sorry.
Okay. Right. Okay. So Nira, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Can I get you to roll D6 and reroll a 6, please?
Oh no.
Can I just not do it? Is that an option?
Roll D6, please.
5.
5. Nira, you are irresistibly attracted to Torvig for the next 24 hours.
There it is.
Oh my god.
What about me then?
Can I get you to roll a d6, please, and re-roll a
Please
6?
roll a 5. Please roll a 5. So
Phoenix, you are irresistibly attracted to Torrig for the next, what did I say, 24 hours?
Don't know.
Yeah,
It's too
24
long.
24. Do you know what? Let's roll it. Let's roll 2d12 and see how many hours this is. So,
you turn around, Torvig's in the doorway, just
can you roll 2d12, please, Paddy?
Oh, I did. Sorry.
Me?
That's
Oh,
okay.
yeah.
That's 10 hours. No, it's fine. It's for 10 hours. What's going on over there?
I'm not going down until I can hear what happens.
Oh, sorry. Yeah. So you were both irresistibly attracted to Torvig for the next
Torvig's shoulder and
the next 10 hours,
just start
and
plaiting
Oh
his
my
hair on the
God.
back of his head. Don't worry, big boy.
How's
I'll
it
look
going?
after you.
He's on two. He's all right. Not too bad. A little spicy.
I can
Could
make
do
a bath.
little
I'm
more
sure there'll be
chili.
room for both of us.
I mean, potentially you're quite small, but I'm fine. Thank you. It's,
You know, your colouring is really marvellous.
I mean, I lost a little bit of the colour, so it's all tinged to my fur. Still somewhat confusing.
And what big horns you have.
What's Nera doing in all this exchange?
Yeah.
I am trying to
is
figure
Nera
this
getting
shit out.
jealous? Is Nera getting
I was
jealous?
gonna say, do they start fighting now?
That's what I want to know.
I know, I think so. I think that's might have to happen, actually.
Oh, I'll just kick Nera out the mansion. It'll be all good.
You're no longer an ally.
Just this invisible
I try to
boot
decide.
just comes out of nowhere and just boots her straight out, or boots him straight out the door. like in Flintstones, where he picks up the cat and he just throws it out the door.
Yeah.
Yeah, just like grinds into the dirt.
Oh my god. So what? Yeah, what's Nera doing? Is that what's happening, or is Nera kicked out of the mansion, or what's the crack?
Yeah.
If
I
Nera's
don't think
not
Nera's
kicked out of the
is-
mansion, then I need to know what Nera's doing.
it sounds like Nera's getting kicked out of the mansion. I think Nera's too subtle about these things.
Okay.
So, yeah. I think if and upon getting the boot, Nera is going to like get into like a sulky cat, kind of like doing the circle, and then just like clonking down.
Yeah, Nera, you have these sort of very, very jealous dreams as you take your long rest. I will say though, your long rest is 8 hours, so there will be 2 hours where you will do anything and anything you can to win Torvig's favor.
To be fair, Torvig would have questioned that when they were thrown out. That we do need them to be realistic, and if they're outside, it's just as far can get to them.
Well,
We do need them tomorrow.
I mean, you're quite strong, so as long as you knock them out and make sure they're not interfering with us, I'm sure they can come back.
Why would they be interfering with us? What are we up to?
Well, I guess we'll see where the night takes us first.
How much of that stuff did you smoke earlier? I think you quite possibly had a little after effect.
Are you calling me little?
I think
Trust me,
Nera's
that big
scratching
red
at the outside of the thing.
Also, there's no way we're going to sleep with him calling on the door. Should we just let it in?
Would you like me to cast enlarge on myself?
I don't think there's any reason for that offhand. I mean, what you choose to do is up to you, of course. You
Because
sure? You
Torvik
seem
has
very...
one of those like rings for his nose.
No.
Okay. I was gonna
I
go
think
full
you do
Mighty
say before
Cyrus
that he
like
does.
wrecking ball on that. I would.
Tom, I think you said he does.
I think he does not. But the character art, but he doesn't.
I'm gonna spend my 2 hours of like not the 8 hours or not the 8 hours before I go to sleep, so that it's gone by the time I fucking wake up.
Yeah.
But by the time I finish, all of Torvik's hair is plaited. into like several little ones that all then match up into one bigger one.
Nice.
So he now looks like the predator.
Awesome.
Nice.
Yeah, you eventually get let back in there, and I'm happy to say everyone completes their long rest. You now can level up, unless there's anything anyone else wants to do.
There will be a moment at some point while he's fending off Phoenix. There will be a moment that Torvik will look over towards Phelim and just there'll be a, "Are you able to control that?" And he'll look down at the sword. No, the plating is very nice, yes, but I just need to ask a question.
That's all right. You carry on. I'm happy here.
You're muted, Paddy, if you're talking.
Phelim will pull it out and flourish it. Not in a dangerous way or threatening way, but he says, I can control it like
Keep that sword
any
away from
sword.
my love.
Relax.
please.
He'll take a step back because he doesn't want to get pushed out of the house. And yeah, he's going to just say, yeah, I can control it as well as any sword. He doesn't really want to readily get into a conversation.
In your mind, you can control me. Is that what you think?
Did you just say get it into a conversation?
No,
Are you
didn't
hearing
say that.
voices?
I'm saying he doesn't want to get into readily get into a conversation. I'm just saying out of character there
Okay.
about what you've seen the sword do unless
see.
he's pushed
Okay.
directly on it. Just kind of deflect, and he'll just flourish it again after hearing what he heard in his head, and say yes, I can control this.
You think you can control me? Can I get a wisdom saving throw, please? DC is 15.
Oh. Can I use a boon on this?
You sure can use whatever you want.
If needs to be. Boon won't do it.
You don't have to use the boon.
No.
That's a fail.
Yep.
Cut your lying tongue. And you all see Phelim just pull his own tongue out.
I'm diving to try to grab
Run
him.
the blade. Unfortunately, you're not quick enough. You're gonna take a point of damage as he seems to lick the blade, and you feel the pain. It's only a point of damage, which will be healed by a long rest. But would you like to make a deception check to mask your fear and your panic, or would you like it to be visible?
I'm casting Detect Thoughts.
I will. Okay.
Ooh, detect thoughts. Nice.
That's interesting.
And I'm
That
going straight for
is-
I'm going for the same mind meld thing we did with Kefra,
Yeah.
whenever
So-
it was a week ago.
First off, I need to know: would you like to make a deception check to mask your fear and panic?
To mask it on his face, like.
Yeah, to hide
Yeah.
it, so people don't see how out of control you are, and
I
how.
think he definitely would, because he's
Okay.
kind of frightened himself at the action and isn't sure what's going on.
Also, how dare you too?
Oh wow.
You can see Phelim's eyes wide with panic and fear. As for a second, you feel like it's asked you to cut your own tongue off, and you just feel the blade run across.
I'm gonna grab the blade if I can.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, so I'm.
I think we might all kind of leap in at this stage.
So first off, I do believe Torvik cast Detect Thoughts first. So let's go with that. Are you?
So I'll learn the surface thoughts immediately, regardless.
Surface thoughts are fear. What are they though?
They are at the loss of control, definitely. Yeah. Not so
Oh,
much
fear.
power. Not
Yeah.
fear, yeah, absolutely. Very strong because like as leader of his group and all that, and as a good fighter, like Fame, control would be and calmness would be the one thing, but losing the control over his own actions is
Yeah.
scary to him. And
Okay.
it's bringing back, maybe just starting to bring back images of the dream that he had as well from before,
Yeah.
or the imagery that he had.
So what happens here is, are you pushing deeper, or so
Yes.
does this require
when I
so-
when I hit that, yes, I will
So-
look to push deeper. So the wisdom saving throw.
So what I will say is that his defenses are bolstered by the weapon, so he's going to have an advantage in the saving throw. Now the DC for this is going to get harder every time you try it. Okay, as the weapon learns who you are, and it learns your method. So for now, the DC for this is 18.
Wow.
Okay, what am I rolling? Wisdom saving throw.
You have an advantage on this.
17.
And inspiration.
Kate says you have inspiration.
Or boon if you
I'm
want
not
it.
gonna, I'm not going to force you to use it.
I am trying to, okay, yeah, Woody.
I'm not going to
failed.
force you to use it.
I think given the fact
Player
he
thing and not a character thing.
failed the previous wisdom save.
It's completely up to you.
I'm gonna. No, you know what? I'll stick with the 17 and let Torvik.
Yep.
Yeah.
Torvig, you feel
Okay. Yes.
fear. You feel shame. You feel guilt at the fact that Phelan feels weak. He's always strong. Outwardly, he's always strong. He's always been a leader. He's always been at the head of the vanguard, first into battle, and it just always and people have followed him for that. So the first thing you feel are those three emotions. Then you push through, and you sense another set of thoughts inside Phelan. And there is... I'm going to say that you can detect the surface thoughts of this other being. But if you want to dive deeper, there will be a mechanic involved here.
Oh, that went so well last time.
Yeah. But what you have right now is anger. What you have from this other being is anger, outrage, pride, and hunger. Would you like to dive deeper and attempt to communicate or discern or interact with this other being that is part of Phelan's thoughts?
I just need to check something on my sheet quickly.
Where is all this taking place? Is this when everyone's standing around, or is this?
It's near
like at
the
the end
end
of
of
night,
the.
or-
It's the end of long rest.
Could I just throw in a little extra there,
Yeah.
Dave, just on the deeper
Yeah.
thoughts? Could I say that there's like a tiny little feeling of kind of almost prideful hope in Phenom as well? It's not necessarily a good hope, that he thinks that he could still hope to use this weapon to make himself an absolute total legend in terms of fighting.
Okay. And is that like an honest hope that he feels he can best this weapon and use its powers for good, or that he is content with using its powers, which will result in him being tainted? Which is it?
It would be a genuine hope that he could. It might
So
be
almost
naive.
like an innocent hope.
Yeah, yeah.
Swelled and innocent head in you. Okay. Cool. Yeah. Okay. No worries. Okay. Cool. Yeah. That's good to know.
We'll push
Torvik,
in.
you will push
We're
in.
going to push into that. Yeah.
I think we'll get to that on the next episode of Rebirth of the Graven King, as this moment between our Minotaur Ranger and whatever the entity is that's living inside this sword and inside Phelim's head, that battle of wills will commence. Thank you, everyone, for playing
I
and
should
watching.
never
tonight.
do detect thoughts. It's always bad.
Thanks everyone for sticking with us. Thanks everyone for watching us. Thanks so much to my wonderful wife for technomancing. There she is. She's over there on my shoulder. And thanks to my amazing players for making it such an amazing game. We love you all.
Happy birthday to you on your birthday. Glad you.
Happy
Cheers.
birthday.
Happy birthday!
Thanks, guys. Okay, cool. So we will. Oh, actually, do you know what? We should probably do what I always say we'll do in the thing, and we'll do 15 minutes maybe of having a chat about this. If you're all up for it.
Yeah.
I'm going to leave you guys to
This
do
is
that
for
just
airs.
because he's been screaming at me for the last hour to go out for a walk.
No worries. No worries.
So
You
I
do what you
better-
need to do.
I better
That's
take
cool.
him out. But
Yeah,
guys, thank
that's
you very
no
much.
problem.
I love you all.
Ryan.
No worries.
Bye, Ryan.
So I think let's start off with Andira then. How is Andira feeling after all that?
I mean, I think this is gonna take her a day or two to like really fully process, but I think that she's maybe seeing aspects of the Raven Queen that she just like either chose not to see or maybe just ignored. I don't know, maybe that's the same thing, but like she's feeling at the very least supported, which is what she needed, but has some misgivings about some of the harsher things that she had to say.
Yeah. But she's still not in a place to accept, even though in her mortal eyes, when a divine being who knows all and sees all tells her, "You've done enough. It's time to come home," that she doesn't believe that, and she actually, I feel like in Andira's eyes, she feels like that's a rebuke or a punishment or an insult.
Yeah, absolutely, she does. It's akin to just saying, you're not up for what's in front of you. Just kind of give up on this thing, come home, and it's just like.
Even though the words are "you've done enough," your purpose is fulfilled.
Yeah,
She even after 275 years, there's still that overthinking
she has a small like her.
What does she really mean by that?
I don't know. She's very like direct and blunt, and very like the simplest way forward is just like always the best choice for Andira, and like that was kind of like on display a bit in like the Blood Room. Just like immediately, like once Nira spoke up about what they were noticing, like we've got 6 flares, there's 6 of us, we all got to do that. Let's just do it. Let's get it over with. Let's move through. And the really big thing for her right now is like really just accepting that she can be prideful and she can at times reach maybe beyond her means, but she feels in a way secure in feeling that like what the party is doing is making a difference. It matters, and the Raven
Matters to
Queen,
who?
To I guess Andy. I mean, I guess after so many years of just like being dedicated and a happy sort of extension of the Raven Queen's will for so long, it's just I think that she's starting to think about what matters differently.
Okay. I'm really loving I'm like very much sort of enjoying Andy's mindset and what we're learning about Andy as well. Like, well, what the viewers are learning, obviously, because the players they're not privy to that. Yeah. So if I were to ask one more question then to Craig and Andy, is like, what does it take until she's happy? Is it dying in the service of the Raven Queen, or what is her idea of total victory?
Craig, I don't think knows right now.
Okay, that's fine. Well, then you don't have to answer. Yeah.
I don't think Indira knows.
Okay. She just hasn't thought about that yet. It's just head down and keep going.
Reprioritizing of like the things that are important to her and like the people around her, and yeah, like I think like a big kind of like umbrella word for like how she's feeling is just kind of like rudderless, and she's trying to like just build that confidence in doing what she believes is right rather than what she's being told to do.
I mean, they seem like two separate things then.
Yeah,
is there?
Yeah,
is she?
It's
is she
hard to kind of reconcile the two, you know?
So. Someone ban that motherfucker. If you, I'll do it myself.
I've done it. I'm doing
Thank
it.
you. So is there a possibility then that Andira will go the direction of what she believed was her previous edict or direction of her faith, as opposed to what the originator of her faith has asked? Is there a sort of a deviation or a divergence about to happen here, or?
I don't think Indira's like calling it quits at any time in the near future, but I think that she is going to spend the next little while like reevaluating that relationship, and like how in a way in a way it's been very one-sided for a very long time, and I think that, you know, this is just like the Shadar-kai way of life. Like we come into the Shadowfell and we live and breed and die in service to the Raven Queen, and for her to be having that kind of epiphany this late in life, I think it's going to take a bit to process.
Yeah, I'm very interested to see where this will go, and I'm part of me sort of wants to write it, like if Andira does survive this story, part of me definitely, I'd be interested in writing a very high level sort of conclusion to this Andira sort of backstory. I think it would be quite interesting.
That'll be a lot of fun, but yeah, it's a big if.
Yeah, sure. Very much so. I think we'll move to Tom then. I feel like Torvig is a very sensible and very careful person. Am I wrong?
He's always been a bit the outsider, and his job was always to look after other people before he left his hometown. So his hometown,
just that moment of diving deeper into the detect thoughts, because I believe he had his suspicions that there was something wrong with that weapon.
Yeah, I think there's been one or two bits throughout, not before it started sucking up blood.
Yeah.
It's just like,
was that like because it seemed like a sort of a spontaneous, kind of spontaneous or sort of off the cuff decision, not knowing what he could, because he's like, if I can use the sharpshooter analogy, he's a very precise and calculated warrior. It feels slightly like an uncalculated decision.
yeah, this was what I was checking. I was checking it's his piety traits.
Yeah.
So this is the god he's been tasked to follow, not necessarily the one he worships, the one he's been tasked to follow.
Interesting.
And there, because of that god's based in the knowledge domain.
Okay.
This comes down to quite literally keeping a dangerous secret, or this could be aiding the weak, impeding the strong.
Okay, that's interesting.
There's this idea. This is the point where, yes, he is very precise. He likes that I'm here, I shoot that, stay over here. Everyone has their position, their part they were doing. This is the god has tasked him to do, has given him to do.
Okay.
And to some extent, he has to move out of his comfort zone to deal with what that god requires of him.
Okay, that's cool. If I can ask Kira then, Hethar, knowing full well that's what's through that door, is going to be water-based. After a long rest and all the rest of it, is Hethar going to go in and deal with that?
Probably not.
She's not going to go in?
She need a lot of convincing. Like, she feels really bad for what happened in the Blood Room. She knows they're fighting towards the same thing now. They're a team, but she's so used to being on her own that's really messing with her head now, and she's very annoyed at that. She has no real idea how to control that kind of thing, so that's why she stormed off and is just on her own now to try to deal with what she was and what she's becoming.
Okay, so she hasn't become what she's becoming.
No, not yet. I don't think.
Okay.
I think there's a lot more for her to.
Yeah. So, for example, if everyone went in there, that southwest room, let's
if everyone was going in.
Because I'm pretty sure that they will, right?
Yeah.
And Hethar stays out.
That wouldn't be her though. Like, I think if everybody was going in, yeah.
So she is going to go in.
I guess we'll find out.
We will find out.
We'll have to see how she wakes up. How she feels when she wakes up.
If she stayed out, and what happened in the blood room happened here, and the bars locked her out, and she heard the sound of battle and the sound of water and all the rest of it. How do you think she'd feel?
That she's missing a battle. She likes a good fight, but with the water element, that's after nearly drowning twice.
Yeah.
She just has a fear of water now, so it's gonna take a lot for her to go in. But I think when she wakes up, she's gonna. Do you ever get that, like, when you had a really bad fight with your parents, but everything was okay the next day, and everyone played it off, kind of thing, kind of like a bold child, and she'll just be like, "Good morning," and
just
go
that
about
feeling
everything
in your stomach.
That you've disappointed them, but you know you're not entirely wrong, but
they're
you
just
know,
disappointed.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the worst thing.
You know, that kind of way, but
like
she'll kind of
10d10 psychic damage right there. I'm not angry, just disappointed.
Exactly. But you know when you just continue about the day and as if nothing had happened, you hadn't had the fight, you didn't. You all just moved on. I think that's what she'll kind of go out to do.
Okay.
Blame it on the tiredness and getting beaten a lot and just spilling her own blood as well. Not happy about that.
No, obviously not. But at least she bled her own blood. She made herself bleed her own blood instead of somebody else making her bleed her own blood.
She didn't want it. She can't have anybody else hurt her. She doesn't like that.
Okay. Moving on to Nira. I feel like Nira was very reckless tonight. Do you think that that's just because the way Keith was feeling tonight, or is there something going on with Nira?
No, I think that was a Keith thing. I think.
Okay.
I just came in. Well, I think part of it was because I'd missed one of the streams so I was kind of like I wasn't too sure what was going on, and yeah, I think it was just like that was the energy I was feeling. But I think that kind of leans. I think Nier is, for me, I think like as a player and like D&D is obviously it's a team game, so everyone is part of a team, and as a player, you're kind of like trying to find your place in the team and all that kind of thing. And for me, with Nira, it is getting more and more into that chaotic. Maybe it's easier. It's an easier thing to slip into. It's just the wild card thing. So I think that I find that kind of popping up more and more, and I'm happy to do that. I think that's a fun time as well as to just like, you know.
Do you feel that might
rattle
be
the cage?
That do you feel, or do you think that Nira might feel? So it's sort of an accidental behavior for Nira, but there's a bit of development in Keith. Do you think that might, but it might accidentally sort of thematically explain Nira's sort of impatience and awareness of the fact that it's getting longer and longer since they've been parted with the people that they love, and it's almost I'm not going to say self-destructive, but there's an itchiness there, I think.
Definitely, yeah. Like I say, I think it's part of it is me just kind of coming in and want to like blow off steam and do some like really kooky shit, you know. And just, you know, sometimes D&D is about like, you know, creating a character and having this chaos, and sometimes it's just like I've had to like, you know, be a normal person for a long time, and now I sort of like, you know.
But I feel like it's sort of it's
I think,
kind
as
of
you
hand
say,
in hand with that, like it like accidentally
very
it's
much
gone,
so.
yeah, you know.
It's definitely a part of Nira's the character. The arc where the character's going, as you say, they've spent so long wandering and all this kind of thing, and I think to a certain extent it kind of mirrors the real world escapism of D&D is Nira's escapism, and it's when you have that, it's almost like you know, when someone is very kind of like boastful or you know, is very loud or whatever, you know, sometimes it's hiding that thing underneath. So Nira just being chaotic, as you say, it's almost that it's not necessarily, well, actually no, I'm not going to say it's not it's not a Daredevil thing. It could be a little bit of that it is kind of like if I don't care about anything, then I don't have to care about
losing it.
This like really weird and in many ways terrifying existential thing of like, is my partner and my family still alive? Are they dead thousands of years? Are they going to be alive in 100 years? Like how does someone even deal with that? You know, if you knew someone was dead,
I would avoid those thoughts.
I can process
like,
that, but
as long as I could.
Yeah, so I think maybe there's definitely an element of that to them, you know.
So one question I think I've asked you before, you Keith, and I'm going to ask it again because it's been a while since we've played this. If Hethar puts up a portal and says, "You can rejoin them now," and through that portal, Nira saw his wife and family, do you think he'd go through it?
It's a tough one. I think they might. I think, you know, like, I think one of the elements.
Do you think Nira would think it's a trap, or would he just go?
That's a really good question, and I think it depends.
You don't have to answer it now. You can think about it.
Yeah. Well, I think it would.
It's something I've been playing with for a while.
I'm sure you have.
Yeah. And it's not going to be as simple as that. Like, I mean, you know, I'm not giving anything away.
No.
I've been throwing a few
and
ideas
I think
around my head.
It's definitely it'll be very, very interesting to see. And I think the longer the game goes on, between if and when that happens, it'll depend more, because as I say, the more we're playing, the more I'm giving Nira that kind of chaotic devil may care. And I think a part of it is very, very much, well, from the very start, like it's on the character sheet, is Nira has this kind of like one of their character aspects is this not a detached thing, but it's kind of like everyone should be able to kind of look out for themselves. You know, they're not like a cuddly kind of like I'll mind everyone. You know, it's kind of like a survival. They have definitely got this kind of survival
avoidance or
vicious.
something.
Yeah, I think it's part of it's an element of the chaotic thing, but it's very much kind of like, you know, I'm traveling with these people, but this isn't the first group we've traveled with. You know, there's been others, and and it's like, yeah, we're all in it together, and they're definitely part of the team. There's no question about that. But there's also a kind of like everyone, you know, a survival of the fittest. I don't know. Yeah, we'll have to see how it goes. I don't think it's that cold-hearted, but there is definitely an element of this, like, you know, everyone should be able to kind of watch run back. So if that turned up, if a portal opened up and it was like, oh, you can go home, but you have to abandon them, I honestly don't know. We'll have to see.
Interesting. Okay, last but not least, Phelim. So, that feeling of panic and so where is Phelim with this sword?
He's in shock at the moment. Right now, he's in shock. That I think the.
Do you think he realizes who's the boss now?
I would say not entirely.
Okay.
No.
So how does he feel about what the sword made him do?
It's just that loss of control. He feels he's scared of that.
So did he lose control, or did he lose control to an entity? It has that registered yet?
I think he would be aware that he lost control to the sword.
Okay.
The sword was talking to him and it said, you know, cut yourself. And Phelim was talking about controlling it in a kind of a covert way almost.
He said, cut your lying tongue.
Yeah. And he didn't want to, but he did. And that's something new and very, very scary for Phelim.
But there still is that, like, yeah. So I would argue that the fear is still there, but also the desire to retain the weapon and the desire to please the weapon is still there, from a role playing point of view.
Yeah, there's a hope. Well, there's a hope. There's that. That's why I threw in that thing about the hope, and that's where that kind of aspect is coming from, battling between, you know, the very obvious thing of, well, just give it up, but you can't, because there's in his head, whether it's, I think some of it's probably honestly coming from Phelim's own mind, and maybe some of it's coming from influence, where he hopes that he can turn that sword into, like what he said, a tool for him.
So he still feels that that's a possibility.
Yeah, at the moment he does. Yeah.
Okay, interesting. And does that stem from a desire, or sorry, does that stem from the hope that this is an incredibly powerful weapon that I can save the day with, or if I gain control of this weapon, people will see me save the day with this weapon? Is it out of pragmatism or altruism?
I think he's kind of. Oh, he's thinking beyond saving the day in terms of what's going on here. He's thinking of getting back to the Vanguard of Dawn and leading them on to even greater victories with the weapon. Not necessarily himself, but him leading.
Are these then greater victories that are unattainable without this weapon? So does this then stem from a lack of belief in himself and his abilities?
That's a good question. I think he probably would have. I was thinking about this. Like he would have heard tales, perhaps, of you know, like legendary weapons and stuff like that, and how they can enhance people's abilities. He has a confidence in himself, but I think he sees this as a possible route to, like I said, like legendary status.
Does he see it like a shortcut, or
more, not so much a shortcut, more of an embellishment and enhancement of his He'd have a fair belief in his own abilities, but this could take him to another level altogether.
So
Instead of being known among his own group and kind of among his own maybe others in the business, it would be a common name, and so would his group would be a household name across the land, kind of thing.
Okay. It's interesting. I think that's a good place to leave it then. Thanks everyone for your honesty when it comes to your player characters and your insights. Really appreciate them. And yeah, I'm very excited to see where this goes. Thanks to you all for being such amazing players.
Not sure I am. I think I'm...
I think I'm quite scared now.
I really appreciate how much you brought to this story, because like this story would be nothing without all of your backstories, all of your amazing RP skills, and all of your amazing just fucking like just general D&D playing ability. I love you all, and we love you all as well, our viewers, and we will see you in 4 weeks' time. So, and next
Come
Thursday,
see us on Sunday. Come see us on Sunday. Come play
for Fey Earth. We'll see you on Monday in our community game, which we can now play Roll20 in.
Kill them all.
We can play Roll20
old lady
in Discord. That's going to be good fun. And then we've got Tuesday Shadow Dark, Thursday Heiress to the Hand is back. So anyway, we love you all, guys. Take it handy. We'll see you soon.